Chapter 1152. Mu Chunfang said with a cold face, Yuan said that he doesn't want to see you, so let's move to another room for him. Otherwise, who knows when he'll recover from his illness. Zhao Ping frowned, but mother, that's not very good. Then all of you will be squeezed into one room. It's better to let brother Yuan sleep in the same room as me. When Mu Chunfang heard Zhao Ping's words, she glanced at Zhao Ping with some disdain. She knew very well what this little b*tch was scheming. If her Yuan and Zhao Ping continued to sleep in the same room at night, she reckoned that Zhao Ping would torment her Yuan half to death again. If that happened, not only would Yuan not recover from his illness, but he would also lose his life. No matter what, for the sake of Qin Yuan's safety, it was better to go along with the Qin Yuan's wishes and move to another room. Zhao Ping was frightened by Mu Chunfang's glare. Her mother was too much. She didn't even do anything. Wasn't this for the sake of Qin Yuan? There's no need. Yuan said that he doesn't want to sleep in the same room as you. But you're right. It's not good for the few of us to squeeze in the same room, so let Chuan sleep with you tonight. When she heard Mu Chunfang say that she wanted Qin Chuan to sleep in the same room as her, Zhao Ping couldn't stay calm anymore. What? Let Qin Chuan sleep with me? She didn't want that. No matter what, she couldn't sleep in the same room as a fool at night. Mu Chunfang was too much. She didn't know what Mu Chunfang was thinking and what she was planning. Seeing Zhao Ping making a fuss, Mu Chunfang frowned unhappily. Yes, let Chuan sleep with you tonight. Can't you do that? Mother. How can I sleep with him? Zhao Ping's brows were tightly knitted together, and her face was full of reluctance. Mu Chunfang snorted. Why can't we sleep together? You and Chuan are family, not outsiders. On the surface, Mu Chunfang said it as a matter of course, but in his heart, he knew that it shouldn't be like this. If others knew that her Chuan was sleeping with her sister-in-law, they would definitely be scolded. But she had her own plans. In the future, he planned to put Zhao Ping and Qin Chuan together. Therefore, there was nothing wrong with letting Zhao Ping and Qin Chuan sleep in the same room. Mother. I just don't think it's a good idea. Why are you so talkative? If you don't want to sleep, go to the cowshed alone and let Chuan sleep in the room alone. Zhao Ping had no choice but to agree. Mother, then I'll sleep in the same room with him, but I'm sure he won't want to sleep in the same room with me. In any case, she couldn't sleep in the cowshed. It was so dirty inside. How could she sleep in there? Besides, even if Mu Chunfang persuaded her, he might not be able to convince Qin Chuan. After all, Qin Chuan and her were enemies. He definitely wouldn't agree so easily. As long as Qin Chuan didn't agree, Mu Chunfang wouldn't force him. Mu Chunfang said indifferently, I'll talk to him about this. You don't have to worry. Zhao Ping replied weakly, but in her heart, she prayed that Qin Chuan wouldn't agree. Otherwise, who knew what would happen if she slept with a fool at night? After convincing Zhao Ping, Mu Chunfang started nagging Qin Chuan again. Chapter 1153. Mother, I don't want to sleep in the same room as an ugly freak. I want to sleep with all of you. Mother, I feel like vomiting whenever I see an ugly freak. How can you do this? I don't care. I will never sleep in the same room as an ugly freak. Qin Chuan's attitude was firm. Mu Chunfang knew that she could not force Qin Chuan. She could only coax Qin Chuan. Fortunately, she was Qin Chuan's mother and knew Qin Chuan's character. Although Qin Chuan was a little silly, it was not like he did not know any logic. Hence, Mu Chunfang gently said to Qin Chuan, Chuan, actually, mother doesn't want you to sleep in the same room as Ping, But look, your little brother Yuan, is sick. When Qin Chuan heard Mu Chunfang's words, he nodded, that's right, mother. I know that little brother is sick, but so what? Why do I have to sleep in the same room as an ugly freak? Mu Chunfang sighed, Chuan, you've seen it for yourself. Your little brother Yuan, is sick, so he can't help you teach Ping, a lesson. He's been helping you teach her a lesson for the past few nights. Don't you hate her? Now that your little brother Yuan, can't help you teach her a lesson, you can do it yourself tonight. After hearing Mu Chuanfang's words, Qin Chuan fell into deep thought. He felt that what Mu Chunfang said made sense. This. Mother. I think so. Little brother Yuan, is sick now, so he can't help me teach her a lesson. I'll do it myself. Qin Chuan's brows knitted together. After thinking for a while, he said this to Mu Chunfang. Seeing that Qin Chuan had agreed, Mu Chunfang finally heaved a sigh of relief. All right then. Chuan, you will sleep with Ping, tonight. Qin Chuan nodded, yes, mother. When Mu Chunfang saw that Qin Chuan was persuaded so easily, she could not stop smiling. At the end of the day, his son was too silly. He was so naive that he was easily coaxed by others after a few words. Oh right, Chuan, do you still remember how your little brother Yuan, bullied that ugly freak? Mu Chunfang asked nervously. Qin Chuan's eyes darted around as he nodded at Mu Chunfang. Mother, I still remember. Mu Chunfang laughed and said, it's good that you remember. At night, just do what your Yuan younger brother did before. Qin Chuan nodded. If you let me know, I'll definitely teach that ugly monster a lesson tonight. Good. Yuan, do your best. You must torment Xiao Ping, until she listens to you, Mu Chunfang exhorted. In her heart, she reckoned that if Qin Chuan did something to Xiao Ping would probably resist. At that time, this matter would not be able to be accomplished. In her heart, she still hoped that this matter would succeed. After all, her Chuan, also needed to have a child and a descendant. Qin Chuan nodded repeatedly and said, Mother, I understand. If that ugly freak doesn't listen to me, I'll teach her a lesson with my fists. Yes, in any case, I have to torment her. Yes. Mother, don't worry. I can definitely do it. That's good. When Xiao Ping heard that Qin Chuan was actually willing to share a room with her, she was rather surprised. Didn't this fool hate her? Why was he so easily persuaded by Mu Chunfang on this matter? Chapter 1154. She vaguely felt that nothing good was going to happen. As expected, Xiao Ping only found out what had happened at night. After the two of them entered the house together, Xiao Ping originally planned to sleep alone at night, but Qin Chuan suddenly pounced on her. Xiao Ping screamed in fright and scolded Qin Chuan, You fool, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Qin Chuan's face was cold as he said to Xiao Ping, Ugly freak, I'm going to bully you like my little brother Yuan, Xiao Ping, was baffled when she heard that. Bully? What bully? You fool, what are you trying to do? Hurry up and get lost, or else I won't be polite to you. Just as Xiao Ping finished speaking, she saw Qin Chuan suddenly rush over and push her down on the bed. Xiao Ping screamed even louder, You fool, not only are you stupid, but you're also crazy now. Get lost, hurry up and get lost. However, Qin Chuan did not listen to Xiao Ping's words at all as he continued what he was doing. Qin Chuan rudely pulled down Xiao Ping's clothes. Xiao Ping was stunned. She did not understand what Qin Chuan was doing. You. Xiao Ping stuttered in shock, unable to speak for a moment. Then, she shouted at the next room, Big brother Yuan, father, mother, Qin Chuan is crazy. Hurry up and help me. Help me drag him away. Xiao Ping's voice was very loud. Mu Chunfang and Qin Dahai, who were in the next room, naturally heard it. Qin Dahai frowned and was about to get up to take a look, but he was pulled back by Mu Chunfang. Qin Dahai looked at Mu Chunfang with a puzzled expression and said, Yuan's mother, why are you pulling me back? didn't you hear the commotion in the next room? It was as if something bad had happened. Could it be that Chuan has gone crazy and really attacked Ping? Seeing Qin Dahai's anxious face, Mu Chunfang laughed, making Qin Dahai even more confused. Yuan's mother, what's going on? What are you laughing at? Mu Chunfang smiled and waved his hand. It's nothing, it's nothing. It's just Yuan's father. You don't have to look at what's going on in the next room. Nothing happened. Qin Dahai furrowed his brows. Why is nothing happening? Ping is clearly screaming so loudly. Let's go and take a look. What if something big happened? Mu Chunfang had no choice but to pull Qin Dahai aside and tell him everything that had happened from the beginning to the end. After Qin Dahai heard this, he blinked and said to Mu Chunfang, how could you do such a thing? Mu Chunfang smiled. We can't do it. Anyway, it's just a matter of time. What's done now is done. Qin Dahai sighed and said, all right then. Anyway, I have nothing to say. I'm just afraid that Ping will take things too hard after this. Mu Chunfang snorted and said, take things too hard? What's there to take things too hard for that girl? She's so ugly. It's already good that Chuan is willing to do her. Otherwise, no one would be willing to do it. She can feel good on her own. Don't tell me she's going to blame my Chuan her. Qin Dahai didn't know what Mu Chunfang's logic was, but being pulled by Mu Chunfang, it was better to let Mu Chunfang do as he wished. Chapter 1155. Since family Qin was doing it on purpose, it was useless no matter how much she shouted. In any case, no one would pay attention to her even if she screamed at the top of her lungs. At this moment, Qin Chuan had already pulled off Xiao Ping's clothes. He also quickly took off his clothes. Although Qin Chuan was stupid, he was quite good at learning and imitating. After seeing Qin Yuan do it once, he had roughly figured out how to do it. Xiao Ping was naked and felt a little cold. She glanced at herself and then at Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan's thing was still swaying in front of her. After taking a look, Xiao Ping suddenly felt her throat dry up, and her body began to react. Especially after she came into contact with Qin Chuan. Even if Qin Chuan was a fool, he was still a normal man. It felt the same as doing that to him. For a moment, Xiao Ping forgot to resist. Qin Yuan didn't delay either. His thing below mimicked Qin Chuan and pushed into Xiao Ping. The moment he entered, both of their bodies couldn't help but tremble. Qin Chuan felt a sense of comfort that he had never felt before. Qin Chuan was puzzled. Why did he feel so comfortable when he entered Xiao Ping? Qin Chuan mimicked Qin Yuan's actions and entered and exited Xiao Ping's body with more force. He didn't do it on purpose. He did it subconsciously. As for Xiao Ping, she originally wanted to resist, but after she felt comfortable, she decided not to. Instead, she started moaning and moaning, just like when she was doing it with Qin Yuan. For some reason, perhaps it was because Qin Chuan's body was stronger than Qin Yuan's. Therefore, Xiao Ping felt more comfortable doing it with Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan was very satisfied when he heard Xiao Ping moaning. He thought that Xiao Ping was crying out in pain because she was being bullied by him. Mu Chunfang and Qin Dahai, who were in the room next door, didn't fall asleep. They stayed awake and listened. After listening to the commotion, Mu Chunfang snorted lightly. Yuan's father, I say, look at that last Ping. How could she take things too hard? She's probably feeling great right now. It was precisely because of Xiao Ping's performance that Mu Chunfang was certain that Xiao Ping was very promiscuous and liked to be toyed with by men. She didn't reject anyone. But now, if his Chuan, Xiao Ping, in the future, she would give birth to his Chuan's child. When the time came, even her Chuan could have a descendant, then the Qin family could be said to be complete. Thinking of this thought Mu Chunfang's his father's. Qin Dahai sighed and said, if that's the case, then it's fine. As long as Ping is willing, it's fine. When the time comes, you can't blame us. Of course. I think not only will he not blame us, he will even thank us. Sigh, alright, let's sleep too. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Okay. The two of them crawled under the blanket and began to rest. The next morning, Zhao Ping was so tired that she couldn't get up. Compared to Qin Yuan, she felt more tired. Because Qin Chuan's body was much stronger than Qin Yuan's. Last night, she had been tormented for half the night. When she woke up in the morning, her eyes were so tired that she couldn't open them. On the other hand, Qin Chuan didn't feel anything. He woke up early in the morning. Chapter 1156. Qin Chuan was in a good state. He replied to Mu Chunfang, "Mother, it's all right." "Oh right, I bullied that ugly monster very badly last night." Mu Chunfang smiled and said, that's good, that's good." "Oh right, mother, that ugly monster screamed the entire night. I think she's in so much pain that she's lying in bed and can't get up." "Mother, don't you think I'm amazing?" Mu Chunfang was still smiling as she replied, "Amazing, amazing. Of course my Chuan is amazing." Thinking about the screams that night, Mu Chunfang couldn't stop smiling. She originally thought that Qin Chuan was just a fool and didn't know how to do that kind of thing. After all, he had only seen it once and had never personally practiced it. The result was beyond her expectations. Not only did Qin Chuan know how to do it, but he was also very good at it. From the looks of it, he was even better than her Yuan. "Mother, I think I'm amazing too." Qin Chuan raised his chin proudly. Mu Chunfang smiled and said, "Ha, then Yuan, are you still willing to sleep with that ugly monster tonight?" Qin Chuan's eyes darted around, and he agreed without hesitation. "Mother, let's sleep then. I'll bully that ugly monster again tonight." "Oh right. Mother." Mu Chunfang looked at Qin Chuan in confusion and asked, "What's wrong, Chuan?" "Mother, I don't know why, but I feel especially comfortable in that ugly monster's cave." When Qin Chuan said this, Mu Chunfang almost burst out laughing. His Chuan was too stupid, so he didn't understand this. Mu Chunfang couldn't explain anything to Qin Chuan. She only chuckled and said, "Actually, it's like this. If you do this, the man will feel comfortable while the woman will suffer." After hearing Mu Chunfang's words, Qin Chuan nodded thoughtfully. "Mother, so that's how it is." Yes, that's how it is." "Hee, mother, that's good. I'll bully that ugly monster again later." Okay. Mu Chunfang nodded repeatedly. On the other side, Shui Lan village. After Zhao Yun went back, she continued to go up the mountain to pick tea with Mu Lan and Mu Hin. The three of them returned after each of them had collected a basket full of herbs. Although the 3 baskets of tea leaves looked like a lot, they had shrunk quite a bit after being stir-fried. This time, he used a total of 7 to 8 caddies. In addition to the last batch, there were more than 10 caddies of tea leaves in a year. If he were to harvest more in the next 2 days, it should be enough. Take it to the county minister's office and let the county minister spread it out. When there was an order, he would go up the mountain to get some tea leaves. He was not in a hurry now. After returning home in the evening, Zhao Yun'er placed the stir-fried tea leaves on the table and made a cup of tea for Mu Yanfeng. The smell of the new tea was fragrant and pleasant. Mu Yanfeng took a sip. The fragrance of the tea overflowed and filled his mouth. After drinking it, Mu Yanfeng couldn't help but exclaim, "Yun'er, not bad, delicious." "Ha, then I'll leave some for you. I'll give the rest away." "Sure. However, can this thing be sold? What do you think?" Zhao Yun'er smiled and asked. "I think it can be sold. But Yun'er, have you found a way? We have to find a way to sell this." Mu Yanfeng was a little puzzled. "Yes, I found a way. The county minister helped me sell it to the people he knows. The people he knows are either rich or noble. It will definitely sell for a good price. Chapter 1157. Zhao Yun thought that something was wrong with Mu Yanfeng, so she hurriedly asked. Mu Yanfeng's lips twitched as he smiled at Zhao Yun and said, "It's all because I'm too stupid. Why didn't I think of helping you promote it? The number of rich people I know isn't any less than the county deputy." As he spoke, Mu Yanfeng patted his head in frustration. Zhao Yun looked at Mu Yanfeng and chuckled. She was amused by Mu Yanfeng. Mu Yanfeng continued, "Helian Chen, that guy is very rich. If he drinks this tea, he will definitely like it. Yun, when the time comes, we'll sell it to him at a high price and make a huge profit from him." As Mu Yanfeng spoke, a trace of craftiness flashed across his eyes. Zhao Yun smiled helplessly. He really had the ability to cheat his friend. She wondered how Helian Chen would feel after hearing Mu Yanfeng's words. At this moment, Helian Chen, who was in Yang City, suddenly sneezed. After Helian Chen sneezed, he wiped his nose and frowned slightly. He didn't know why, but he felt that his sneeze was a little strange, as if someone had said something behind his back. However, Helian Chen didn't think too much about it. After Zhao Yun finished laughing, she said to Mu Yanfeng, "You don't have to cheat him. I'll set the price. When the time comes, he can buy as much as he wants." Mu Yanfeng then asked, "Yun, how should the price of this tea be set?" Zhao Yun thought for a moment. If the sales were good, it wouldn't hurt to set the price a little lower. However, she could only go to the mountains to pick tea now, and the amount she could pick every day was limited. In the future, when she bought the land, she could plant some tea leaves herself. The cost should be lower. Now the price is on the high-end route, plus his custom-made ceramics. Zhao Yun plans to set a price of 500 coins for one tael of tea. This caddy of tea was worth 5 taels of silver. If she could really sell it, then she would make a lot of money. Zhao Yun believed that for country people like them, 5 taels of silver for a caddy of tea was ridiculously expensive. But for the rich, they probably wouldn't care much. After he planted his own tea leaves, the price would drop because the cost would be much lower. Zhao Yun told Mu Yanfeng about the price she had thought of and asked Mu Yanfeng if he thought it was too expensive. After hearing this, Mu Yanfeng chuckled and said, "Yun, do you want me to tell the truth or lie?" Zhao Yun's heart tightened. Could it be that Mu Yanfeng also felt that the price was too high? "Of course I'm telling the truth," Zhao Yun replied. "Actually, for people like me and Helian Chen, price doesn't mean much to us. As long as the item is good, we will buy it no matter how high the price is." After hearing Mu Yanfeng's words, Zhao Yun felt relieved. "Okay, that's okay. I'll set the price first." "Okay." Mu Yanfeng continued to sit and drink his tea leisurely. Zhao Yun continued to help Mu Yanfeng make shoes under the light. After Zhao Yun rushed to make, Mu Yanfeng's shoes were made. However, when Zhao Yun saw it, it really couldn't be brought out. It was fine that the shoes didn't look good, but the main thing was that one was big and one was small. It was a little asymmetrical. "Mu Yanfeng, the shoes are done. Do you want to try?" Zhao Yun hesitated for a moment, then handed the finished shoes to Mu Yanfeng. Chapter 1158. It did look a little ugly. The two shoes were not symmetrical, and it looked a little funny. However, although it was a little ugly, these were not important. What was important was that these shoes were made by Zhao Yun. The main thing was that Zhao Yun made them, and he liked them. Mu Yanfeng smiled slightly and was about to take the shoes when Zhao Yun took the shoes back. "If you think it's ugly, then don't wear it. I'll ask Mulan to make a pair for you later." Mu Yanfeng laughed heartily, thinking that Zhao Yun's words were even more adorable. "It's not ugly. I like it." As Mu Yanfeng spoke, he directly snatched the shoes from Zhao Yun's hands. After hearing Mu Yanfeng's words, the corners of Zhao Yun's mouth could not help but twitch a little. When this guy started to lie, his face really didn't turn red and his heart didn't skip a beat. Zhao Yun knew that Mu Yanfeng was just saying this to comfort her. If it was from the bottom of his heart, then it could only be said that Mu Yanfeng was really blind. Zhao Yun stared nervously at the shoes in Mu Yanfeng's hands, waiting for him to put them on. After Mu Yanfeng put them on, he stared at the shoes and looked at them again. There was a hint of helplessness in his eyes. The beauty and ugliness of these shoes could be made do, but the size and elasticity could not be made do. After putting on the shoes made by Zhao Yun, Mu Yanfeng obviously felt that they were smaller. It was better if they were bigger, but the smaller ones were very inconvenient to wear. His thumb was squeezed until it hurt a little. If he wore these shoes and walked for a day, his foot would be crippled. Looking at the conflicted expression on Mu Yanfeng's face, Zhao Yun knew that it was definitely not possible. So she asked, "How is it? Don't you think it doesn't fit? How about you don't wear it? Or I can change it for you." After thinking for a moment, Mu Yanfeng said to Zhao Yun, you'd better change it for me. This foot is too small. It's a little tight on my foot." With that said, Mu Yanfeng took off the shoes. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth smiled. Sure enough, if Mu Yanfeng could tolerate it, he probably would not say that. It seemed that the shoes she made did not fit well, which was why it was like this. Zhao Yun was afraid that she would not be able to change it well. At most, she would ask Mu to make another pair of them and give them to Mu Yanfeng. At that moment, Mu Yanfeng. She was useless. She could not make such a simple thing. Mu Yanfeng also saw the disappointment on Zhao Yun's face. He comforted Zhao Yun, it's just a shoe. If you don't want to make it, we can just buy it. It's not expensive anyway. Zhao Yun shook her head. It's not the same. How is it different? Of course it's different if you make it yourself and buy it. It's okay, Yun. Where do you have the time to study this every day? If you want to study it, you might as well study something else. Yun, you're so smart. You learn things very quickly. Zhao Yun felt a little better after being comforted by Mu Yanfeng. She nodded and replied, "Okay, I got it. Go to sleep. It's already very late." Mu Yanfeng said. "Okay." Zhao Yun nodded. She rubbed her sleepy eyes. She did not have to set up the breakfast stall these days, so she could rest well. However, Zhao Yun had not told Mu Yanfeng about the breakfast stall. If Mu Yanfeng knew about it, he would definitely pursue it. Chapter 1159. The other troublemakers had been handed over to the government office. She believed that the county magistrate would investigate it. Even if the county magistrate was really afraid of the power behind those ruffians, Zhao Yun felt that the man in yellow was not simple. With his help, she believed that the truth would come to light. Zhao Yun planned to send some tea leaves tomorrow and then inquire about the situation. After sleeping, Zhao Yun took the tea leaves to the county magistrate's mansion the next day. Zhao Yun had been here several times. Every time she came, the county magistrate's wife's attitude was very good. And the county magistrate's wife also told the guard to be careful. So Zhao Yun didn't report her arrival this time. She went in directly. Zhao Yun brought 10 kilograms of tea leaves. 3 kilograms of tea leaves were for Child Huang and 7 kilograms were for the county magistrate's wife. When she arrived at the county magistrate's mansion, the county magistrate's wife was doing something. Zhao Yun didn't find her immediately. She went to a yard and was about to wait for the county magistrate's wife to come out. Unexpectedly, she heard a sound of zither first. The zither was very pleasant. After listening to a piece of music, people were intoxicated. Zhao Yun was curious about who was playing the zither. Could it be the county magistrate's wife? After all, there were no other women in the county magistrate's mansion. There were no other women in the county magistrate's mansion. If it was really the county magistrate's wife who was playing the zither, it seemed that the county magistrate's wife was multi-talented. It was beyond her expectation. After thinking about it carefully, it was normal. After all, the county magistrate's wife should be a daughter of a rich family. She should have learned zither, chess, calligraphy, painting, and so on. Zhao Yun followed the sound of the zither. She thought that she would see the county magistrate's wife wearing a silk dress, sitting under the flowers and playing the zither. But she didn't expect that it was not the case. Instead, it was a man in purple. His long black hair was blown in the wind. Zhao Yun looked at it and sucked in a cold breath. It was Child Huang. This young Master Huang's appearance was indeed very good. Previously, when he was wearing a yellow robe, it did not show his temperament. Now that he was wearing a purple robe, coupled with his intoxicated expression while playing the zither, it was very pleasing to the eye. Zhao Yun was a little dazed as she watched. Zhao Yun only regained her senses after young Master Huang finished playing his song and the sound of the zither faded away. Young Master Huang's eyes were still closed, as if he hadn't walked out of it yet. Zhao Yun didn't want to disturb young Master Huang, so she stood aside and waited for young Master Huang to react. Otherwise, she really wanted to give him a good round of applause and praise him a little. Young Master Huang seemed to have thought of something and sighed softly. There was a trace of sadness on his face. When young Master Huang opened his eyes, he saw Zhao Yun standing not far away. Young Master Huang hurriedly concealed his emotions. When did Miss Yun arrive? Young Master Huang smiled and asked Zhao Yun. I just arrived. I was attracted by your zither music. After listening to your song, I didn't want to disturb you. Zhao Yun smiled and replied. Young Master Huang smiled and said, Miss Yun knows how to play the zither. Zhao Yun shook her head and said, I don't know. I just think it sounds good. Young Master Huang seemed to be a little disappointed. I see. Zhao Yun went forward and sat next to young Master Huang. She smiled and said, Young Master Huang, do you think you were playing the zither to a cow? Chapter 1160. Young Master Huang felt that Zhao Yun's words were very interesting. He paused for a moment before asking Zhao Yun, playing the zither to a cow. Miss Yun, what do you mean? Are you describing yourself as a cow? No, I'm just making an analogy. I'm not describing myself as a cow. What I mean is, you play to someone who doesn't understand music, so you're disappointed, right? After all, you wanted to find someone who understands you. Unfortunately, you didn't find anyone. Zhao Yun explained with a smile. Young Master Huang fell into deep thought. He didn't expect Zhao Yun to say such things to him. He looked at Zhao Yun with a trace of inquiry in his eyes. Zhao Yun saw that young Master Huang was looking at her. She smiled and said, Why, isn't it so? Young Master Huang reacted. He twitched the corner of his mouth and replied, Yes, it is. However, regardless of whether Miss Yun understands it or not, it's good that you like it. This young master can continue to play for you. Okay, Zhao Yun agreed readily. Ever since she transmigrated to ancient times, she didn't have any entertainment activities. She hadn't heard any songs from the 21st century. This time, she just wanted to let her ears enjoy it. After all, in her previous life, she did like things like classical music. Zhao Yun sat at the side and continued to play the zither. Other than being pleasant to the ears, Zhao Yun felt that the zither's master was helpless and a trace of melancholy. Zhao Yun didn't know if it was because of the music or because of the person playing the zither. In any case, after listening to it, one's heart felt stifled. Zhao Yun looked at young Master Huang again. She saw that his eyes were closed and there was no expression on his face. However, she felt a sense of loneliness that she had never felt before. Zhao Yun seemed to have heard the loneliness in young Master Huang's heart. His lips moved as he looked at young Master Huang. He wanted to say something, but in the end, he swallowed the words back into his stomach. Not wanting to disturb young Master Huang, he continued to listen to him play the guqin. Zhao Yun had a trace of doubt in her heart. This man. Why did he feel lonely? Was it lonely at the top or, Zhao Yun's heart skipped a beat. She looked at young Master Huang with surprise in her eyes. This person couldn't be the current emperor, right? Young Master Huang, Your Majesty, Zhao Yun felt that this was very likely, considering the attitude of the county magistrate. Of course, this was only her guess. She wasn't completely sure. Perhaps young Master Huang was not the emperor, but a member of the royal family. Zhao Yun felt that if it really was the emperor, he shouldn't be this young, right? Moreover, the emperor was busy every day. He definitely wouldn't have the time to come to Sun City. How was he the same as young Master Huang? After Zhao Yun briefly eliminated the possibility in her heart, she felt that it shouldn't be. However, she still wanted to ask Mu Yanfeng later. If it really was him, she would have to be more respectful. If she could rely on him, she would definitely hug him tightly. After young Master Huang finished playing, Zhao Yun applauded. Miss Yun, what do you think? Young Master Huang asked. Zhao Yun nodded, it's good. I said I don't know much about Guqin. I just think it's good. Young Master Huang was amused by Zhao Yun, as long as you think it's good. This young master rarely plays this song. Miss, you're the first person to hear it. Zhao Yun seemed a little flattered, really? Of course. Chapter 1161. Miss Yun is exaggerating. I don't think it's an honor. Perhaps it was because someone was talking to him, but young Master Huang's mood improved. Perhaps it was because he was too lonely right now and wanted someone to talk to him. It was a little boring to play the zither alone. Zhao Yun muttered, 10,000 taels of gold is easy to get, but a soulmate is hard to find. I feel that young Master Huang is missing someone who understands your Guqin. After young Master Huang heard this, his body trembled slightly. He muttered Zhao Yun's words. 10,000 taels of gold is easy to get, but a soulmate is hard to find. That's very apartment. If he could really find a soulmate, he would be willing to spend 10,000 taels of gold. However, that was not the case. Not to mention a soulmate, even finding someone who understood him was very difficult. After listening to Zhao Yun's words, young Master Huang suddenly felt that since Zhao Yun could say such words, it meant that Zhao Yun understood him a little. Looking at Zhao Yun in front of him, young Master Huang was puzzled. Was Zhao Yun really just a little peasant woman? How could a peasant woman say such words? Moreover, Zhao Yun's actions were completely unlike a peasant woman's. Young Master Huang had a whole new level of respect for Zhao Yun now. This little peasant woman was truly a little special. Miss Yun said it well. Young Master Huang clapped his hands and praised her. Zhao Yun looked at young Master Huang with a puzzled expression. Well, what? Miss, you said it. I didn't expect you to be able to recite a poem so casually. That's really rare. Young Master Huang had never heard of the poem that Zhao Yun recited, so he thought that it was an original poem by Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun smiled guiltily, this. Young Master Huang, I only heard it from others. Is that so? Of course. Otherwise, do you think I came up with this poem myself? I don't have that ability. Young Master Huang laughed again. The two of them sat opposite each other and chatted casually. He didn't know why, but when he got along with Zhao Yun, young Master Huang felt very relaxed. Although Zhao Yun was a little peasant woman, she understood a lot of things he said. Moreover, in front of him, Zhao Yun was not restrained at all. She was very relaxed and said whatever was on her mind. Unlike many people who didn't speak the truth in front of him. After chatting for a while, Zhao Yun took out some tea leaves and handed them to young Master Huang. Young Master Huang received the tea leaves as if they were treasures. After Zhao Yun said that he could buy tea from her, young Master Huang immediately ordered 10 caddies of tea. 10 caddies of tea leaves was already quite a lot. Young Master Huang was afraid that he wouldn't be able to bring any more back. If he wanted to drink more tea in the future, he would go to Zhao Yun'er's shop and buy some for himself. When the county deputy's wife heard that Zhao Yun'er was here, she came to look for her. She saw that Zhao Yun'er and young Master Huang were chatting happily. The county deputy's wife also heard that Zhao Yun'er's stall was smashed in the morning yesterday. The county deputy's wife urged the county deputy to help her to find out who had ordered these people and who was behind them. How could they be so unscrupulous? When she saw Zhao Yun'er, she first comforted her and then promised that she would take care of this matter. Chapter 1162. If a deputy county magistrate couldn't even handle such a small matter, he was useless. At this moment, the deputy county magistrate was interrogating in the government office and would be back soon. If he got something, he would definitely tell them. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the deputy county magistrate really came back. Seeing the deputy county magistrate frowning with a worried face, the deputy county magistrate's wife stepped forward. The deputy county magistrate's wife went forward and asked, "Sir, how is it? Did you get anything out of him?" The deputy county magistrate sighed slightly and said, "Alas. I was wondering why these people were so arrogant. I really don't dare to offend the power behind them." The deputy county magistrate looked at young Master Huang and hesitated. He didn't know whether he should say it or not. Young Master Huang raised his eyebrows and looked at the deputy county magistrate. "If you have something to say, just say it. You don't have to hide who it is." The deputy county magistrate hesitated for a while. Finally, he went to young Master Huang and said weakly, "Young Master, the person behind these people is our imperial uncle." Imperial concubine Hua's father. The deputy county magistrate didn't want to say it. After all, imperial concubine Hua was the emperor's favorite concubine. If he offended imperial concubine Hua, it would be difficult for him to keep his official position. Besides, the emperor loved imperial concubine Hua so much. Who knew if he would do something to give up his principles for imperial concubine Hua? Anyway, he tried his best not to offend people and just kept his official position. When the deputy county magistrate mentioned the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua, young Master Huang's eyes turned cold for a moment. His eyes darkened. No one knew what he was thinking, but his expression didn't look good. The deputy county magistrate asked nervously, "Young Master Huang, how should we punish these people? Are we going to offend the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua?" Young Master Huang's lips curled into a cold smile. When the emperor breaks the law, he should be punished the same as the commoners. But these people, relying on the support of the imperial uncle and imperial consort Hua, really dared to do whatever they wanted. The county magistrate can punish you in any way he wants. If anyone dares to touch your official position, I'd like to see if it's suitable to go against me. Hearing young Master Huang's words, the county magistrate was slightly relieved. Since young Master Huang said so, I will punish them according to the crime of stirring up trouble. I will also make them compensate for Miss Yun'er's loss. Young Master Huang nodded and replied, "All right, let's do it then." "Yes." Zhao Yun'er listened from the side, and her heart was even more confused. Imperial uncle, imperial consort Hua. These people sounded like they had some background. No wonder these hooligans were so rampant. It turned out that there were still high-ranking officials in the capital to rely on. They were indeed much more powerful than the county magistrate. Even Mu Lianfeng would not dare to provoke them, given his status as the heir of the crown prince. Zhao Yun'er still couldn't understand. He was doing his business well. How did he provoke these big shots? Zhao Yun'er asked the county deputy. "My lord, do you know who ordered them to smash my stall? How could big shots like the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua deal with her personally? It was so far away from the capital. They probably didn't even know who she was." The county magistrate frowned and said to Zhao Yun'er, "That Miss Yun'er, it's strange. They insisted that they were not ordered by anyone, but what?" Chapter 1163. After the county magistrate finished speaking, he seemed to be deep in thought. The county magistrate's wife was shocked. None of them could figure out why a big shot like Imperial concubine Hua would do something to a little peasant woman. Maybe these people said it on purpose so that they wouldn't tell her who was behind it. If these people didn't say anything, they wouldn't be able to force the information out of them. After young Master Huang heard it, a complicated look flashed in his eyes. Imperial concubine Hua. It seemed that she was very carefree in the palace. She even interfered with things outside the palace. If he didn't come out this time, he probably wouldn't know a lot of things. I see. Thank you, County Magistrate, for helping me. By the way, I brought a lot of tea leaves today. When it came to tea leaves, the atmosphere became much better. Everyone looked at Zhao Yun. The county magistrate seemed to be very happy. He promised Zhao Yun that he would send out all the tea leaves tomorrow so that Zhao Yun could promote them. After staying in the county magistrate's office for a while, Zhao Yun went back. No one came down for lunch. On the way back, Zhao Yun was lost in thought. If, as the county magistrate said, she offended a big shot like Imperial concubine Hua, then it would be really bad. Mu Lianfeng's identity as the heir of the crown prince couldn't help her. Zhao Yun went back home worriedly. This time, when she went to the third branch, she found that Zhao Ping was back. The two of them came back at the same time. However, this time, Zhao Ping didn't come back with Qin Yuan. Seeing that Zhao Ping was back, Liang Jinxiao asked, Ping, why did you come back today? Hearing Liang Jinxiao's tone, Zhao Ping thought that Liang Jinxiao didn't want her to come back. She curled her lips and replied, Mother, I just came back. Why did you ask? Liang Jinxiao pursed her lips and said, You child, I'm just asking out of concern. How can a married daughter come back home so often? Did something happen? Ping, could it be that your in-laws bullied you? Speaking of this, Zhao Ping felt depressed. Her in-laws bullied her, that was for sure. Not only Qin Yuan, Mu Chunfang, Qin Dehai, and that fool Qin Chuan also bullied her. Zhao Ping couldn't say this to Liang Jinxiao. She was the one who wanted to marry Qin Yuan. Now, she wanted to continue living with Qin Yuan. She then said to Liang Jinxiao, No, Mother, it's Big Brother Yuan who's sick. He's lying on the bed and can't move. How did he fall sick? Wasn't he fine when I saw him? Zhao Ping looked aggrieved and said, Mother, it's all because of Auntie. It's all Auntie's fault. She caused Brother Yuan to fall sick. Liang Jinxiao was silent for a moment. Thinking about what happened that day, Qin Yuan was indeed too agitated. Then he fell sick when he went back. Liang Jinxiao heard that under normal circumstances, people would fall sick easily when they suffered a blow. Hearing Zhao Ping's description, Qin Yuan must have suffered quite a blow. If it was because of Zhao Ping, then so be it. But it had to be because of Zhao Xinhui, Liang Jinxiao sighed in his heart. Hey, Ping, how is that child, Qin Yuan? The doctor has already prescribed some medicine. I don't know when he'll recover. Chapter 1164. Mother, I know. It's useless even if I'm worried. Sigh. Alright, don't say any more. Ping, quickly go in and have a seat in the house. You must be tired after such a long journey, right? Liang Jinxiao greeted Zhao Ping, Zhao Ping responded and dawdled into the third branch's house. She sat down and poured herself a cup of water. Now, she only felt that she was living much more comfortably at home. Her mother would feel sorry for her. When she was in the family Qin, there was nothing but work. How would the family Qin know how to feel sorry for her? It was a pity that she had already married over and her good days in the third branch were all gone. Ping, you rest first. Mother will go and cook. I guarantee that I'll make something delicious for you. Liang Jinxiao felt sorry for Zhao Ping, and thought that her daughter was really pitiful. She had only been married for a few days, but she was already haggard and had lost a lot of weight. Looking at her like this really made one's heart ache. What women were most afraid of was their in-laws making things difficult for them and not living well. Now, she could only do her best to help Xiaoping, and that was to ensure that Xiaoping, could eat and drink well when she returned to her parents' house. Xiaoping, suddenly called out to Liang Jinxiao. "Mother, I have something to discuss with you." Seeing Xiaoping's hesitant look, Liang Jinxiao smiled. "Could it be that you have something that you're too embarrassed to say? Just say it in front of Mother." "Mother. My mother-in-law said that Big Brother Yuan is sick because of me, so she wants me to fork out the money and give him some money to nourish his body. That's why she asked me to come over and ask you for 1 tael of silver." After Xiaoping, finished speaking, she also looked at Liang Jinxiao with a conflicted look. Liang Jinxiao gasped. "Ping, did your mother-in-law really say that?" Xiaoping nodded. "Mother, my dowry has already been handed over to her. How can I have any money in my hands? I said I wasn't going to ask you for it, but I was scolded." Liang Jinxiao sighed and said, "Ping, how can you do that?" To be able to say such words, he really wasn't human and wasn't kind at all. Looking at Xiaoping's aggrieved expression, Liang Jinxiao knew that if he did not give her the silver tael, Xiao Yun would definitely be displeased by her family Qin when she returned home. Then, the one who would suffer would be Xiaoping. Just as Liang Jinxiao was about to compromise, Xiao Yuner heard the conversation and walked in angrily. She said to Liang Jinxiao, "Mother, you can't give them 1 tael of silver. They're obviously trying to rip us off. What do you think our family is? Even if we have gold and silver mines, we won't be able to withstand such torment, right?" Liang Jinxiao sighed. "Yuner, tell me, what should we do now? If we don't give them the silver tael, Ping, will have to suffer again when she returns home." Liang Jinxiao's heart ached for Xiaoping, but Xiao Yuner did not feel any heartache. No matter how miserable Xiaoping's life was, it had nothing to do with her. On the contrary, Xiao Yuner felt that she deserved it. Isn't Sister Ping, very imposing when she's at home? Why is it different when she's at her in-laws? Is she being bullied all day long? Xiao Yuner replied sarcastically. Xiao Ping, glared at Xiao Yuner angrily and was about to hit her. Xiao Yuner chuckled and said, "Look, you're quite capable of dealing with me. If you use this boldness on your family Qin, don't tell me you're being bullied by your family Qin." Chapter 1165. When Liang Jinxiao saw this, he instantly panicked and pulled Xiao Yun. "Alright, Yun, don't say any more. Ping, is also pitiful." The cold smile at the corner of Xiao Yun's mouth did not run away. Pitiful, it would be strange if this woman, Xiao Ping, was pitiful. In the end, wasn't it all caused by being too cowardly? Qin Yuan's appearance was as if only Xiao Ping treasured it. It was precisely because she lowered herself that she was trampled on by others. As for Xiao Ping, no matter how she was bullied, Xiao Yun's heart did not waver at all. "Boo-hoo, Mom, Xiao Yun bullied me. Look at what she said. Mom, she just can't wait to see me lead a bad life." Liang Jinxiao kept comforting her. Alright. Ping, don't cry anymore. Yun, didn't mean it that way. But what Yun said is not without reason. You said that you are very formidable at home. Why is it like this at your in-laws' house? Mom. Xiao Ping wiped the tears at the corner of her eyes. "If I don't listen, Big Brother Yuan will definitely divorce me." Sigh. Liang Jinxiao sighed and said to Xiao Ping, "But your in-law's request is indeed a little too much. How can our family take out this tael of silver? And Ping, lass. Let Mom tell you, Yun's breakfast stall was smashed. Our family's days are not too good either. I'm afraid that our finances will be very tight in the future." Hearing that Xiao Yun's breakfast stall was smashed, Xiao Ping instantly stopped crying. "Mom, what did you say?" Yun-er's breakfast stall was smashed. Liang Jinxiao nodded. Yes, it was smashed yesterday. Zhao Ping-er rolled her eyes as if she had thought of something. Not only was she no longer sad, she was even a little happy, as if she was rejoicing in his misfortune. Zhao Ping-er was really happy. If he smashed it well, he should smash it all. Who asked Zhao Yun-er to treat her like this? Mother, do you mean that you can't take out one tael of silver? Zhao Ping-er asked. It's not that I can't afford it. If I give it to you, what will we have in the future? We can't possibly subsidize the family qin, right? It was rare for Zhao Ping-er to be so sensible. Well, mother, I won't let you take it. Ping-er, what are you going to do when you go back? I have my own way. Zhao Ping-er suddenly thought of something. But, mother, you have to promise me one thing. Zhao Ping said mysteriously, as if she had sold a lawsuit. Liang Jinxiao looked at Zhao Ping-er in confusion. Ping-er, if there's anything you need, just tell me. If I can help you, I will definitely help you. Zhao Ping-er looked at Zhao Yun-er, who was standing in front of her, and chose to move closer to Liang Jinxiao's ear. She secretly whispered a few words, but Zhao Yun did not hear it. She even deliberately hid it from her. Zhao Yun-er frowned slightly, thinking that it was definitely not something good. After Liang Jinxiao heard it, he thought for a while and felt that it was not a big problem, so he nodded in agreement. Zhao Ping-er was in a good mood and did not continue to make a fuss. Instead, she sat quietly in the room. Zhao Yun-er and Liang Jinxiao went to the kitchen and started cooking. Zhao Yun-er asked Liang Jinxiao curiously, Mother, what did Sister Ping-er ask you to do? Actually, it's nothing. She just asked me to teach her some things. Liang Jinxiao said vaguely. Zhao Yun-er felt that it was not that simple. Chapter 1166. Zhao Yun-er was now begging in her heart. Her mother must not be stupid. Don't be deceived by Zhao Ping-er again and do something. After all, Zhao Ping had caused a lot of trouble for her family. The mother and daughter pair finished cooking and called out to everyone to eat. Zhao Ping had suffered for less than 2 days at the family qin center. When she returned home, she was like a beggar who had not eaten for 8 lifetimes, constantly stuffing food into her mouth. When Liang Jinxiao saw this, she sighed and felt sorry for her. As her mother, she did not know what to do. She thought to herself that although her daughter was married, she was living a miserable life in her in-laws' house. It was really hard. However, it was not a problem for her not to get married. If a grown girl did not get married and stayed at home, she would only be nagged by others. Although Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao did not say anything, Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui were talkative. When they saw that Zhao Ping had returned to her maiden home, they did not say anything. In fact, this had nothing to do with them. However, they could not stand Zhao Ping's behavior. When Zhao Ping came back, she liked to sit at the table. Whenever there was good food on the table, she would put it into her bowl and did not give it to anyone else. It was not easy for these men to do their work. They could not let Zhao Ping take most of the food before they could eat much. Liang Jinxiao said to Liang Jinxiao, I say, eldest sister, it's not that I want to criticize you, but how can you let Ping come back to her maiden home from time to time? It's said that a married daughter is like spilled water. Since Ping is married, she should stay at her in-laws' house and not go back to her maiden home every few days. How can there be such a rule? Liang Jinhui followed up and said, isn't that so? She comes back and sits at the table. She's already married and not a child. How can she not know the rules at all? If word gets out, the Liang family will lose face. Liang Jinxiao was a little embarrassed by Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshun's words. Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui couldn't be blamed for saying that. Daughters who were married out of the family weren't like Zhao Ping, who would run back to her parents' home from time to time. When she married into old Zhao's family, she couldn't go back even once for half a year. This Ping wants to come back, I can't stop her, so, this is your problem, eldest sister. If you manage it well, will this girl be able to come back? This Liang Jinxiao didn't know what to say. If she told Zhao Ping'er not to run back to her parents' house for no reason, she reckoned that Zhao Ping'er would overthink. Now that Zhao Ping'er was back, it was just a matter of having one more meal at home. The third branch could afford it. Zhao Ping'er looked at Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshan angrily. First uncle, second uncle, how can you be like this? My parents didn't say anything. Why are you scolding me? Liang Jinshan snorted softly. Your parents didn't educate you well. As your uncles, we naturally have to remind you. You have no manners at all. Fortunately, you're married. If you stayed at home, you'd be an eyesore. Zhao Ping'er blushed at his words. Liang Jinhui added, that girl didn't marry a good person. I think her little husband will be a good-for-nothing for the rest of his life. Ping'er can only be with such a good-for-nothing. Yun-er is still the best. Not only is Yun-er capable, but she's also capable in the future. Compared to little Ping'er, she's really far inferior. Chapter 1167. Zhao Yun-er listened from the side and could not help but twitch her mouth. She kept having a feeling that she had been led astray. Zhao Ping'er became even angrier after hearing that. If he wanted to talk about her, then so be it. Why did he have to compare her with Zhao Yun-er? Seriously, it was not like she knew how much more outstanding Mu Yanfeng was compared to Qin Yuan. Regarding Zhao Yun-er's good fortune, he could only be envious. What else could he do? Zhao Ping'er pursed her lips and retorted somewhat unhappily, first uncle, second uncle, big brother Yuan is not a good-for-nothing. Who asked him to have a bad birth? Reincarnation is a skill. Right now, big brother Yuan is a little poor. Who knows, he might be rich in the future. After Zhao Ping'er finished speaking, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui laughed. There was some mockery in their laughter. Liang Jinshan said, I say, lass, don't count on that gigolo. Just treat this as a dream. If he becomes rich in the future, I don't believe in Liang. I'll follow behind your family and have the surname Zhao. After Liang Jinshan finished speaking, Liang Jinhui burst into mocking laughter from behind. For a gigolo good-for-nothing to want to make a comeback, earn money, and become rich, that was simply a fool's dream. It was completely unrealistic. If it were someone from Qin Yuan who was ambitious and willing to endure hardships, they would not dare to say such words. But for someone like Qin Yuan, who was poor to begin with and could not even endure a little hardship, if such a person could become rich, it could only be said that there was smoke rising from their ancestors' graves. There was no other explanation. After being ridiculed by Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui and not being optimistic, Zhao Ping'er felt that her lungs were about to explode. They actually dared to belittle her man so much. They were too much. Let them laugh as much as they liked. It was useless no matter how much they laughed. Anyway, she had already thought of a way to earn money. When the time came, she would let these people open their eyes wide and see that what they were saying now was bullshit. Seeing that Zhao Ping'er was about to flip out, Liang Jinxiao hurriedly gave Zhao Ping'er a look. Zhao Ping'er did not make a move but snorted angrily. First uncle, second uncle, there's a good saying. Every dog has its day. You guys can laugh all you want. When my big brother Yuan achieves meteoric success, let's see what you guys say. Liang Jinshan chuckled and said, little girl Ping'er, you're really not simple now. You can even say such words. Let's wait for our nephew's son-in-law to become capable so that we can bask in his glory. Ping'er girl, since your husband is going to be so capable in the future, why are you still coming back to your mother's house for food? You should save some food for your mother. Ha! Zhao Ping'er once again felt that she had been ridiculed. No matter what she said now, it would probably be useless. If she wanted her first uncle and second uncle to shut up, she could only do it with her own ability. Therefore, she must work together with Qin Yuan to earn more money. When she returned, she would let these people see how stupid they were today. After lunch, the few men who were working went out. When Hu Chunhua saw that Zhao Ping had returned, she pulled Liang Jinxiao and asked, "Third daughter-in-law, did you say anything when I asked you to borrow Ping's wedding dress?" Liang Jinxiao forgot about this matter for a moment. He shook his head and said, "Mother, I haven't said anything yet. I'll go and say it now." Hu Chunhua nodded and said, Go. Quickly tell Ping, girl. Your aunt can't be delayed." Liang Jinxiao quickly responded and went to the third branch's room. Chapter 1168. Liang Jinxiao went to Zhao Yun, and said to Zhao Ping, Ping, mother wants to discuss something with you." Zhao Ping, was not in a good mood, so she replied to Liang Jinxiao, "Discuss what?" "Ping, your aunt is getting married in 2 days. Do you know that?" Zhao Ping's eyes turned. "I know that aunt is getting married, but why is it so soon?" Speaking of Zhao Xinhui's marriage, Zhao Ping, was full of anger. If not for her aunt, her big brother Yuan would not be like that. It was all her aunt's fault. Liang Jinxiao nodded and said, "Yes, it's quite fast. They are anxious to let your aunt marry into the family, so there's nothing they can do about it. They even sent gifts and money over." Zhao Ping, pouted, her face full of displeasure. "Mother, what has that got to do with me?" Liang Jinxiao smiled. "Your aunt's marriage has nothing to do with you, but Ping, your aunt wants to be more glamorous when she gets married. It's too rushed, and there's no way to order a wedding dress, so she can only borrow your wedding dress to wear. Your grandmother asked me to come over and discuss it with you." After hearing Liang Jinxiao's words, Zhao Ping, flatly refused. "No way, mother. Why should I lend my wedding dress to aunt? I won't do it if it's mine. It would be fine if she lent it to someone else," but Zhao Ping, bore a deep grudge against Zhao Xinhui. How could she hope for Zhao Xinhui to get married in a glamorous way? Seeing Zhao Ping's firm refusal, Liang Jinxiao frowned and appeared to be in a difficult position. "Ping, actually, it's not a big deal to lend it to your aunt to wear. This wedding dress can be worn once, and it won't be torn. Besides, if you can't wear it in the future, wouldn't it be a waste to leave it at home? If you lend it to your aunt, she'll probably give you more candy when she returns it to you." Zhao Ping, still shook her head. "No means no. Mother, don't say any more. I won't do anything. In any case, I won't lend it to little aunt." Liang Jinxiao wanted to continue persuading her, but Zhao Ping, looked impatient. Liang Jinxiao could only sigh. "All right, I'll talk to your grandmother about it." It was Zhao Ping's belongings, so as her mother, she couldn't force her. Liang Jinxiao knew that Zhao Ping held a grudge against Zhao Xinhui. This girl was very stubborn. It would not be easy to convince her. Seeing Liang Jinxiao come out of the house, Hu Chunhua immediately went over. "Third daughter-in-law, how are you? What did Ping say?" Liang Jinxiao sighed and told Hu Chunhua the truth. "Mother, Ping said she won't lend it to you. I tried to persuade her, but there's nothing I can do." Hu Chunhua glared at Liang Jinxiao unhappily. "You're a useless mother." "Mother, all right. You asked your own daughter to take something out, but she couldn't get it. Tell me, why did our old Zhao family marry such a useless thing like you?" Hu Chunhua became angrier as she spoke, and Liang Jinxiao could only smile awkwardly. "Mother, what should we do now that Ping won't lend it to you?" "Little sister's marriage?" Liang Jinxiao asked awkwardly. Hu Chunhua glared at Liang Jinxiao. "All right, don't pretend in front of me. If you really care about your little sister, you should ask Ping to lend it to you. It's not like you're lending it to someone else. We're a family, so why are you so stingy?" Chapter 1169. Hua Chunhua's cloudy eyes shifted. If I'm counting on you not to do it, then I'll have to do it. Useless thing. After Hua Chunhua finished scolding Liang Jinxiao, she strode into the house. When she saw Zhao Ping, she ordered Zhao Ping, Ping, you're going to get married soon, so you can't wear your wedding gown. Quickly take it out and let your aunt wear it. Don't hide it and be reluctant to take it out. Zhao Ping, looked at Hua Chunhua indignantly. What right did her grandma have to order her around? It was as if she owed her something. Shouldn't she be polite when asking her to borrow her wedding gown? How could she be like this? Grandma, seriously, why should I lend it to you? I'm not lending it to you. You wretched girl. Hua Chunhua started scolding her again. What are you talking about? You're lending it to your aunt, not to anyone else. Our Zhao family has raised you for so long, and this is how you treat us. We fed you rice in the past for nothing, and you wasted our food. You didn't get any benefits at all. We raised an ingrate. Zhao Ping, also glared at Hua Chunhua angrily. Grandma, I didn't waste any food. Aunt ate all the good food at home. I didn't eat anything. Hey, you're getting better at talking. Today, I'd like to see if you're going to lend it to me or not. Hua Chunhua looked like she wanted to fight. When Zhao Ping, saw this, she did not back down and glared at Hua Chunhua. No, I'm not lending it to you. What's wrong? Good, you little girl. You've grown up, haven't you? If you don't lend it to me, I'll slap your mouth. Liang Jinxiao barged into the house. Seeing that the two of them were about to fight, he hurriedly tried to stop them. Mother, this belongs to Ping. There's nothing we can do if you don't lend it to her. Why are you doing this to her? Hua Chunhua pointed at Liang Jinxiao's nose and said, Third daughter-in-law, do you mean that you won't let Ping borrow it? You're really protective of her. Mother. I'm just protecting little Ping. I'm just telling the truth. After all, it's not a good idea to attack Ping. Mother, just let her try. Do you think I'm afraid of her? Zhao Ping said angrily. He also rolled up his sleeves, looking like he wanted to fight with Hua Chunhua. Liang Jinxiao was caught in the middle and could only frown. Mother, come out. I have something to say to you. Liang Jinxiao pulled Hua Chunhua and said. Just say what you have to say. Why can't you say it? Liang Jinxiao asked. Mother, it's not that I can't say it. You can't do it like this. I have other ways, Liang Jinxiao said in a low voice and secretly glanced at Zhao Ping, afraid that Zhao Ping would be angry. Thus, Hua Chunhua nodded and said, let's talk outside. Hua Chunhua was curious about Liang Jinxiao's other ways. No matter what, she had to borrow the wedding gown. When the two of them went outside, Liang Jinxiao said to Hua Chunhua, Mother, I don't think it will work with Ping. You know that Ping, is very stubborn. If you force her, she won't give it to you. Hua Chunhua snorted softly and said, it won't work even if you don't have it. You have to borrow it anyway. Third daughter-in-law, what good ideas do you have for dragging me out? Chapter 1170. Why don't you tell your little sister? What are you talking about? Hua Chunhua replied unhappily. Mother, the reason why Ping, didn't want to see me is because she had a conflict with my little sister, and she doesn't like it. If my little sister can say a few words to Ping, use a softer tone, and coax Ping, I think Ping, will agree. Liang Jinxiao said softly to Hua Chunhua. After he finished speaking, he looked at Hua Chunhua's expression, afraid that Hua Chunhua would be unhappy again. Hua Chunhua's brows knitted together, and she looked a little unhappy. Let your little sister coax Ping, Hua Chunhua asked. Yes, although Ping, is very stubborn, she's easy to coax. Mother, didn't Ping, agree to lend her to Jing, Didn't second sister-in-law say some nice words? If this little sister can say a few nice words, who knows, maybe that little lass Ping, will agree. After listening to Liang Jinxiao's analysis, Hu Chunhua felt that it did make some sense. It's fine, but I'm afraid that your little sister won't agree. You also know that I don't know how to coax that girl. It's good enough that she doesn't piss her off. Oh, mother, I know. You can try to talk to my little sister first. If it doesn't work, then we'll think of another way. Hu Chunhua could only nod in agreement. Okay, I'll go talk to Hui. Yes, mother, you can try. Got it, got it. Hu Chunhua replied impatiently, and then went into Zhao Xinhui's room. Zhao Xinhui was eating melon seeds inside. Because young Master Meng had sent some things over these few days, Zhao Xinhui had asked Hu Chunhua to buy a lot of snacks, and he would hide in the room to eat when he had nothing to do. He lived a very happy life. Seeing Hu Chunhua come in, Zhao Xinhui raised his eyebrows and asked Hu Chunhua, Mother, what are you doing in my room? Hui, Ping, is back. Mother just told Ping, that she wanted to borrow the wedding dress, but she flatly refused. She won't lend it. After hearing Hu Chunhua's words, Zhao Xinhui's brows knitted together. Mother, if she won't lend it to me, what will happen when I get married? This. Hui, I'm here to discuss this with you, Mother. What do you want to discuss with me? Anyway, I don't care. I must wear the wedding dress when I get married, and I must get married in a dignified manner. You can't embarrass me. Zhao Xinhui pouted and exhorted with dissatisfaction. Hu Chunhua quickly nodded, yes, Hui, Mother understands. But Ping, can't refuse to lend the wedding dress. Your third sister-in-law wants me to come and tell you. You can go and say a few words to Ping, When the time is up, Ping should agree. Zhao Xinhui's eyes revealed a bit of disgust. Mother, are you sure? You want me to talk to Ping, Yes, Hui, it's okay to say a few words. You won't lose a piece of meat. Hu Chunhua continued to persuade. I won't do it. I don't want to go and coax her. Zhao Xinhui also flatly refused. In the past, it was always Xiao Ping who coaxed her. When had she ever coaxed Xiao Ping, Ai, Hui, if you don't go and coax her, Mother won't have any other ideas. Zhao Xinhui frowned and thought for a moment. Finally, she said to Hu Chunhua, Mother, all right, I'll go. Chapter 1171. If it wasn't for the fact that she wanted to marry in a grand manner, she wouldn't have accommodated like this. Seeing that Zhao Xinhui agreed, Hu Chunhua heaved a heavy sigh of relief in her heart. Ha, that's good then. Hui, go ahead and talk to them. Ping, lass is still in the room. Zhao Xinhui spat out a mouthful of melon seed shells on the ground and replied, Got it, Mother. After some hesitation, Zhao Xinhui got up and walked towards the third branch's room. Seeing Zhao Xinhui enter, Zhao Ping, glared at Zhao Xinhui with a hostile attitude. What are you doing in here? Who let you in? Get out now. Zhao Ping, pointed at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui wasn't angry, but chuckled instead. I say, Ping, lass, you're turning your back on me so quickly. You used to chase after youngest aunt and youngest aunt every day. You were so attentive. Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, Zhao Ping, puffed up her cheeks and said to Zhao Xinhui, the past is the past. The present is the present. How is the past different from the present? I say, Ping, lass, isn't it all because of a man? I didn't snatch anything from you. To be honest, I don't care about Qin Yuan, so you don't have to worry. Zhao Xinhui's smile had a hint of contempt and disdain. You. Zhao Ping, glared at Zhao Xinhui. Her youngest aunt was too much. Didn't she mean that the man she didn't want and didn't care about was treated like a treasure by her? Ping, lass, I'm telling the truth. It's better if you lend me your wedding gown. Isn't it a good thing for you that I'm getting married in a grand manner? Later on, your big brother Yuan won't be able to have any thoughts about me. Shouldn't you be looking forward to that? After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, she raised her eyebrows. Anyway, she would not coax Zhao Ping. She could only say these things so that Zhao Ping would be willing to give her the wedding dress. When Zhao Ping heard Zhao Xinhui's words, she felt that they made some sense. However, she still insisted on not letting Zhao Xinhui get her wedding gown. He really coaxed her like a fool. If she didn't lend it to him, Zhao Xinhui would still have to marry young Master Meng. If she married him, she would no longer be a threat to her, and Qin Yuan would no longer worry about her. It had nothing to do with whether Zhao Xinhui was glamorous or not when she got married. She didn't believe that her aunt would choose not to get married if she didn't wear a wedding dress when she got married. Auntie, no. Even if I tear it to shreds, I won't lend it to you. Don't even think about it. Zhao Ping raised her chin proudly after she said that. Seeing Zhao Ping's attitude, Zhao Xinhui didn't want to put herself in a difficult position to beg Zhao Ping. Hence, she said to Zhao Ping, okay. Forget it if you don't want to lend it to me. Just wait, I have a way to make you lend it to me. With that, Zhao Xinhui turned around and left the room in a huff. Seeing Zhao Xinhui come out, Hua Chunhua went up and asked, Hui, what's wrong? Did you manage to borrow it? Zhao Xinhui shook her head and said, Mother, I definitely didn't manage to borrow it. Zhao Ping, is such a miser. What do you think you can borrow from her? Hua Chunhua frowned. Hui, what should we do now? Did you coax Ping, just now? Zhao Xinhui continued to shake her head. No, why should I coax her? Should I try to please her by borrowing a wedding gown? Chapter 1172. Mother, of course I have to wear it. How can I not wear it? That Ping, girl won't lend it to you. Where did you get the wedding gown from? Hua Chunhua continued to ask. Mother, I have my own way. Don't worry, I'll definitely make her lend it to me obediently later. Zhao Xinhui said. Why did a hint of scheming flash through her mind? She didn't believe that he couldn't deal with Zhao Ping. After Zhao Yun finished her lunch, she returned to her house. Mu Lianfeng had eaten on the mountain by himself today and didn't come back. Zhao Yun had originally prepared some food for him, but Mu Lianfeng rejected her. However, in the afternoon, Mu Lianfeng came back from the mountain. Mu Lianfeng walked over to Zhao Yun, after she cleaned the pots. He squatted down beside Zhao Yun, and said to Zhao Yun, Yun, let me help you wash them. No need, I can do it alone. It's not troublesome to wash them with clean water. Mu Lianfeng looked at the 10 or so ceramic jars in the basin. They were about the size of a bowl, but they were quite exquisite and beautiful. He asked Zhao Yun, what are these used for? To store tea leaves. Is it pretty? As Zhao Yun spoke, she took the cleaned pots out of the basin and dried them under the sun. When the pots were dry, they could store tea leaves. Zhao Yun had only returned with a few samples. The rest were being made in the shop. Today, the shop owner showed her the samples. Zhao Yun thought that they were very good, so she asked the shop owner to make the rest of the pots. Mu Lianfeng glanced at them and nodded with a smile. They look good. Yun, you're really smart. After fiddling with them like this, you'll definitely be able to sell them for a good price. Zhao Yun chuckled. Thinking of the matter of going to the county magistrate's residence today, she turned to Mu Lianfeng and asked, Mu Lianfeng, how old is our de Zhou's emperor this year? Hearing Zhao Yun's sudden question, Mu Lianfeng was slightly stunned. He looked at Zhao Yun with some doubts. So why did you ask this? Nothing. I was just curious and asked casually. Mu Lianfeng didn't think too much about it and said to Zhao Yun, actually our great Zhou country's emperor isn't that old, he's the same age as me. We used to play together when we were young. As Mu Lianfeng spoke, he seemed to be in a trance for a moment, as if he had remembered something. When Zhao Yun heard this, she let out a cry of surprise. Mu Lianfeng asked, Yun, what's wrong? Zhao Yun smiled. Nothing, I'm just curious. Our de Zhou country's emperor is really young, he's actually only in his 20s. Mu Yanfeng chuckled. That's nothing. Could it be that the emperor can't be young? Zhao Yun pursed her lips. That's not it. I just thought that the emperor was old and clumsy. Who knew that he's actually so young? Zhao Yun felt that she had been prejudiced by her first impression. She had watched too many television dramas. In the television dramas she had watched, the emperor was basically very old. The kind that looked like a scheming old fox. However, after Mu Yanfeng said this, Zhao Yun thought of young Master Huang. This young Master Huang. Doesn't his age match? Seeing that Zhao Yun was deep in thought, Mu Yanfeng said, Yun, why are you so curious about the emperor's age? Chapter 1173. Zhao Yun's smile was a bit forced. Mu Yanfeng felt that it shouldn't be that simple, but he couldn't figure out why Zhao Yun would ask this question out of the blue. Perhaps Zhao Yun really was just asking casually. That's right, does our emperor stay in the palace all day long? He doesn't usually go out. Zhao Yun asked seemingly unintentionally. Mu Yanfeng nodded and said, that's true. His Majesty is usually very busy, so it's very difficult for him to go out. Haha, that's right, Mu Yanfeng, when I went to the county magistrate's residence today, I heard from the county magistrate that a group of ruffians and hooligans were causing trouble. He didn't dare to discipline them because these ruffians and hooligans were backed by the current imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua. I wonder what the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua's identities are. Zhao Yun continued to ask. This sentence was somewhat evasive and didn't mention the trouble she encountered. Zhao Yun was afraid of Mu Yanfeng. If he heard that those ruffians and hooligans were causing trouble at her breakfast stall, she reckoned that Mu Yanfeng wouldn't be able to hold himself back and would go find trouble with those people. If he offended the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua, it wouldn't be worth it. Of course, Mu Yanfeng didn't know that something had happened at her breakfast stall. Zhao Yun only said that it was too tiring to set up the breakfast stall, so she wanted to rest. It just so happened that she could earn some money from the tea leaves, so she didn't go to Yang City. Mu Yanfeng believed her. Hearing Zhao Yun say this, Mu Yanfeng's eyes still had a bit of surprise. Looking at Mu Yanfeng's deep expression, it seemed that the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua weren't simple. This is complicated to say. Mu Yanfeng told Zhao Yun in detail. After Zhao Yun heard this, she finally understood what was going on. The entire Great Zhou country was very complicated, it wasn't as peaceful as Zhao Yun imagined. An imperial concubine Hua's family, the Hua clan, was very influential in the Great Zhou country. It could be said that the connections of the Hua residents were all over the imperial court. Even the emperor's throne was in the hands of the Hua residents. Although the emperor was the emperor, he did not have much real power in his hands. He was more like a puppet. Speaking of which, the emperor was indeed pitiful. Although he was second only to one person and above tens of thousands of people, only he knew his own helplessness. Because of their influence in the court, the Hua manor was very strong in the Great Zhou country, doing whatever they wanted. Even the emperor didn't dare to casually offend the Hua clan. Therefore, it was normal for a mere deputy county magistrate to not dare to provoke him. When Zhao Yun heard this, she sighed inwardly. She felt that the situation was getting out of hand. The imperial uncle and imperial consort Hua were so powerful that not just anyone could offend them. She was just a small peasant woman, yet she was targeted by them and caused trouble. Now, there was really no one who could save her, even if young Master Huang was the current emperor. It wasn't worth offending the imperial uncle and imperial consort Hua for a small peasant woman like her. Moreover, it was just a small breakfast stall. If it was ruined, it would be ruined. As long as these people didn't target her and cause trouble for her, she could actually compromise. She was a person from the 21st century. Although she was particular about the law, she didn't like people who used their power to bully others. Chapter 1174. She didn't ask for much. She just wanted to protect herself, Mu Lianfeng, and Daodu. She didn't want to be disturbed or bullied. If she couldn't even hide from these people, then she really had no other choice. Actually, Your Majesty must be under a lot of pressure. Your relatives are in trouble, you don't have any power, and you have to face the invasion of your enemies. Mu Lianfeng thought for a moment and felt some sympathy for the emperor. Zhao Yun also sighed. It could only be said that everyone had their own helplessness and pressure. The emperor was also a human, but he carried different things on his shoulders. If Huang Gongzi was the emperor, then Huang Gongzi was really pitiful. Zhao Yun didn't continue to think about this matter. If she thought too much, it would only add to her worries. In the afternoon, she continued to tend to the tea leaves. On the other side, Zhao Ping went to look for Ma Xiaofeng. She looked for Ma Xiaofeng because she had a serious matter to discuss. Ma Xiaofeng was tidying up the courtyard. When she saw Zhao Ping coming over, she smiled and asked, Ping, Jia, why are you here? Zhao Ping smiled and said, Xiaofeng, I have something to discuss with you. Then hurry up and sit in the courtyard. Let's sit together and have a good chat. Ma Xiaofeng called out to Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping smiled and nodded. She went to Ma Xiaofeng's courtyard and sat down. After Zhao Ping got married, the two of them didn't have much contact. This time, they finally got together. Seeing that Zhao Ping had lost some weight, Ma Xiaofeng pretended to be concerned and asked, Ping, Jia, what's wrong with you? Are you having a hard time after getting married? It would have been better if Ma Xiaofeng didn't mention it. Once she did, Zhao Ping felt stifled. Sigh. Getting married is definitely not as good as being at home. How could he treat you like his own daughter? Zhao Ping pursed her lips as she spoke. Whenever she thought of her family Qin, she felt terrible. Little Feng, let's not talk about them anymore. Zhao Ping said. Ma Xiaofeng could only respond, well, Sister Ping, it's not easy for you to come back. You have to be happy. I miss you so much. I'm bored to death at home alone. There's no one to accompany me. Ma Xiaofeng was telling the truth. When she was alone at home, the girls in the village felt that her family's conditions were poor and were too lazy to talk to her. In the past, when Zhao Ping wasn't married, she could still talk to Zhao Ping. Moreover, Zhao Ping was silly and listened to everything she said. It was easier to coax her. Therefore, in front of Zhao Ping, Ma Xiaofeng had a sense of existence. Unlike in front of others, Ma Xiaofeng always felt neglected. Zhao Ping walked to Ma Xiaofeng and intimately pulled Ma Xiaofeng's hand. Little Feng, I miss you too. Really? Well, of course it's true. Little Feng, you're my best friend. Sister Ping, you too. Ma Xiaofeng said with a smile. When she was together with Zhao Ping, they looked like sisters with deep affection. Ma Xiaofeng teased Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, after you got married, did you do that with your husband? Speaking of this, Zhao Ping blushed. Well, we did. After saying that, Zhao Ping lowered her head even more. Little Feng, this is all thanks to you. If you didn't let me buy that burning passion incense back then, I might not be able to do that with Big Brother Yuan. Chapter 1175. Well, Xiao Feng, that's why I said that you're the best out of everyone. I like to play with you. Zhao Ping said shyly. Ma Xiaofeng gave a fake laugh, and she felt some sympathy for Qin Yuan. Such a good-looking man was ruined by an ugly woman like Zhao Ping. However, since Qin Yuan married Zhao Ping, he should bear this responsibility. The two of them sat in the courtyard of Ma Xiaofeng's house and continued to chat. Zhao Ping was married, but Ma Xiaofeng was not. Ma Xiaofeng curiously asked Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, can you tell me how your husband felt when he did it? Seeing Ma Xiaofeng's gossipy look, Zhao Ping was slightly stunned, and her face blushed for a moment. She whispered to Ma Xiaofeng, "Xiao Feng, you're too shy to ask me this question. Sister Ping, what's the relationship between the two of us? Why are you shy in front of me? It's not like you're talking about this with other people." Ma Xiaofeng said, and then continued to hold Zhao Ping's hand and begged, "Sister Ping, please tell me. I'm just curious, but I can't ask other people." Zhao Ping smiled shyly, "Well, Xiao Feng, since you want to know so much, I can tell you. But you can't tell other people." Ma Xiaofeng quickly nodded and responded, "Don't worry, Sister Ping, you can tell me, but you won't tell other people." "That's good." Zhao Ping leaned close to Ma Xiaofeng's ear and described in detail what happened that night and how she felt. Ma Xiaofeng, like Zhao Ping, started to blush. "Ah. Sister Ping, so that's what happened." Zhao Pinger laughed, "That's right, Xiao Feng, actually. It's quite comfortable. Hee, when you get married, you'll know." Speaking of Ma Xiaofeng's marriage, Zhao Ping thought of Ma Xiaofeng and Zhao Tianan. She asked Ma Xiaofeng, "Oh right, Xiao Feng, how are you and Tianan? Are the two of you still in your relationship? When are you going to get married? When you and Tianan get married, you can do this too." At the mention of Zhao Tianan, Ma Xiaofeng's eyes darkened, as if she had something on her mind. Zhao Ping quickly asked, "Xiao Feng, what's wrong?" "Sister Ping, it seems like it's impossible between Tianan and me," Ma Xiaofeng said, feeling even more disappointed. Zhao Ping quickly asked, "Why?" "Xiao Feng." Sigh. "Sister Ping, Ma Xiaofeng sighed, looking very disappointed and helpless. "Xiao Feng, if there's anything, just tell me. Other than me, who else can you tell? If there's anything I can help you with, I'll definitely help you," Zhao Ping quickly said. Seeing Ma Xiaofeng like this, Zhao Ping felt that something big had happened. "Sister Ping, actually, it's nothing, it's just that." "Just what?" "Sister Ping, it's not that I don't want to be with Tianan, it's just that Tianan doesn't want to talk to me. I feel that Tianan likes Mu Hin and doesn't like me anymore. Now that I see him and talk to him, he avoids me and looks like he doesn't want to talk to me. Since that's the case, I can't be thick-skinned and get close to him. I haven't seen him for a few days." Chapter 1176. Zhao Ping immediately spoke up for Ma Xiaofeng. "How can Tianan fall in love with someone else like this? This is too much." The more Zhao Ping thought about it, the angrier she got. How could this happen? Her younger brother was really a fool. He didn't like Ma Xiaofeng, who was such a good girl. Instead, he fell in love with a shameless woman who even seduced his own brother-in-law. How could a woman like that be worthy of marrying into the Zhao family? Anyway, she was the first to jump out to object. She definitely couldn't let Mu Hin marry into the Zhao family. Moreover, he had already decided that Ma Xiaofeng was his sister-in-law. No other woman was allowed. "Sister Ping, you can't say that about Tianan. I think he didn't have a choice, after all, he can't control who he likes." Mu Hin nagged. "That won't do. Xiaofeng, don't worry. I'll help you talk to him later. I don't believe that my younger brother can't understand. Also, that bitch Mu Hin is really shameless. She only knows how to seduce people after coming to our village. Now, she's even thinking about my Tianan." Zhao Ping huffed angrily. There was a trace of jealousy in her eyes. Zhao Ping was still brooding when she thought about Mu Hin. Ma Xiaofeng pursed her lips and said to Zhao Ping, "Sister Ping, it's not that simple, why?" "Sister Ping, Tianan's heart has changed, so it's not something that can be resolved with just a few words. When a person's heart has changed, it can't be changed. No matter what others say, it's probably useless," Ma Xiaofeng said dejectedly. That was what she thought in her heart. Her intuition told her that Zhao Tianan had changed his heart and liked Mu Hin. Otherwise, Zhao Tianan's attitude wouldn't have changed so quickly. If he really liked her in his heart, even if there was a matter of 50 taels of silver between them, it was not impossible to reconcile. She believed that as long as Zhao Tianan was willing, he would work hard in this direction and work hard to be with her. Zhao Ping sighed behind Ma Xiaofeng. If that didn't work, then he would have to think of another way. Zhao Ping's eyes turned. Xiao Feng, if that's the case, then we have to think of a way. Ma Xiaofeng raised her head and looked at Zhao Ping. Sister Ping, what should we do? Think of a solution. Do you think you can change heaven's mind? Ma Xiaofeng was looking forward to it. During this period of time, in addition to Zhao Tianan, she had also been looking for other men, but after searching for a long time, she still felt that Zhao Tianan was the most suitable. After all, it wasn't easy to find a man like Zhao Tianan in a village, and it wasn't easy to find one. Zhao Ping pondered for a while, then said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiao Feng, since it's hard to change Tianan's mind in a short period of time, why don't we cook the rice and let Tianan marry you directly? This way, won't Mu Hin have no chance? Zhao Ping said it matter-of-factly and didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Ma Xiaofeng suddenly blushed and looked at Zhao Ping shyly. She said to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, this isn't a good idea. Zhao Ping then persuaded Ma Xiaofeng, Xiao Feng, there's nothing wrong with this. In order to keep Tianan, we have to think of a special way. Don't tell me you want to give Tianan to someone else. Ma Xiaofeng shook her head, no. I don't want to. Chapter 1177. Ma Xiaofeng was silent for a moment, as if she was hesitating. When Zhao Ping saw this, she felt anxious for Ma Xiaofeng and hurriedly tried to persuade her. I say, Xiaofeng, don't hesitate. Do you want to be with my brother or not? After being pressed by Zhao Ping, Ma Xiaofeng lowered her head and bit her lower lip. Sister Ping, of course I want to. Zhao Ping, patted Ma Xiaofeng's shoulder and said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, since you want to be with my brother, then listen to me. Sister Ping, is this really okay? Zhao Ping, laughed and said, yes, of course it's okay. Xiaofeng, you have to know that if something happens between a man and a woman, the man has to take responsibility. My Tianan is not a shameless person. If he does it with you, he will definitely take responsibility for you. After hearing Zhao Ping say this, Ma Xiaofeng was also plotting in her heart whether it was okay or not. In fact, she had heard Zhao Ping's words. If she did it with Zhao Tianan would not go back on his word. Moreover, Zhao Tianan used to like her, so he would not be so ruthless. She also understood Zhao Tianan very well. He was not a heartless person. However, if she really did that, she was not sure what the people in the village would say. If people found out, they would definitely say that she did not behave properly. These words were not pleasant to hear, and she did not want her actions to cause gossip in the village. The villagers were like this. There were many gossipy old women who liked to criticize and nag about other people's affairs from time to time. Ma Xiaofeng was conflicted. She weighed the pros and cons in her heart. Should she do this? Was it worth it? Seeing that Ma Xiaofeng was still conflicted, Zhao Ping was very anxious. She said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, if you continue like this, my brother will really be taken away by that woman, Mu Hin. Don't regret it then. I've already helped you to this extent. Why can't you think it through? Ma Xiaofeng opened her mouth and looked at Zhao Ping's anxious face. In the end, she made up her mind and said to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, I'll listen to you. For Tianan, I can do anything. Ma Xiaofeng was afraid that if she did this, she would not be able to do it. She could not possibly regret it in the future. Seeing that Ma Xiaofeng nodded in agreement, Zhao Ping heaved a heavy sigh of relief. Xiaofeng, it's good that you can think it through. I'm just afraid that you can't think it through. Ma Xiaofeng frowned and said to Zhao Ping, but Sister Ping, how can we do it? Tianan is ignoring me now. I don't have the chance. Zhao Ping, was silent for a moment. She was also thinking about this problem. After thinking about it, she said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, since we can't do it by force, we can think of a way. How about this? Zhao Ping, discussed her plan with Ma Xiaofeng. It was nothing more than a trap for Zhao Tianan. Zhao Ping would first drug Zhao Tianan, then tell Zhao Tianan that something had happened to her family. She would then trick Zhao Tianan into going to the little forest. After Zhao Tianan went over, the drug would probably start to take effect. Ma Xiaofeng would then wait in the forest and pretend to quietly bump into him. Under the influence of the drug, Zhao Tianan would not be able to control himself and would definitely make a move on Ma Xiaofeng. In this way, the two of them would have sex. After sex, Zhao Tianan would not be able to deny it even if he wanted to. Chapter 1178. She was simply too quick-witted. How could she think of such a good idea? Her younger brother would not be able to escape from Ma Xiaofeng's clutches if she dealt with him this way. As for that Mu Hin, he would be far away in the future, so there was no need to worry about him. After hearing Zhao Ping's words, Ma Xiaofeng could not help but blush. She was a little embarrassed. After all, she was a girl and was a little reserved and shy. Older sister Ping, is this really okay? Won't there be any accidents? Zhao Ping, patted her chest and promised, Xiaofeng, don't worry. There won't be any accidents. Trust me. Anyway, when the time comes, as long as Tianan touches you, he will have to take responsibility for you. If you can get pregnant immediately, won't my family have to carry you back in a palanquin with 8 carriers? Ma Xiaofeng responded shyly, all right then. Older sister Ping, I'll listen to your arrangements. After the two of them chatted for a while, Zhao Ping, pulled Ma Xiaofeng and said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, come to my house. I'll ask my mother to teach you how to make breakfast. Ma Xiaofeng was slightly taken aback. She looked at Zhao Ping, in confusion and asked Zhao Ping, older sister Ping, ask your mother to teach me how to make breakfast? Why? Zhao Ping, smiled and said, Xiaofeng, do you still remember what we talked about setting up a stall? Ma Xiaofeng nodded heavily in response. Of course she remembered. She was still thinking about it in her heart. However, Zhao Ping did not give any response. She could not chase Zhao Ping, to ask about it. Older sister Ping, don't tell me you have money. Zhao Ping shook her head, I don't have money now. However, I'll go back and discuss it with my in-laws. If we can set up a stall and earn more money, they will definitely agree. Oh. Then older sister Ping, talk to them properly. They won't be stupid and agree. Xiaofeng, don't worry. We will be able to set up a stall and earn money very soon. Also, Xiaofeng, let me tell you a piece of good news. Ma Xiaofeng looked up at Zhao Ping, and asked in confusion, older sister Ping, what's the good news? Hurry up and tell me. Xiao Feng, Zhao Yun's breakfast stall was smashed by someone. So, of course, Xiaofeng to sets to buy a stall. Xiaofeng asks to eat to Xiaofeng. Now that Zhao Ping's stall is gone, it's a good opportunity for us. We can't miss it. Ma Xiaofeng's eyes lit up when she heard Zhao Ping's words. Older sister Ping, you're so smart. Ma Xiaofeng was not stingy with her praise. This came from the bottom of her heart. For the first time, she felt that Zhao Ping was still useful. She wasn't so stupid as to be able to think of this. Zhao Ping smiled, of course, Xiaofeng. In order to make money, of course, we have to be smart. Otherwise, how can we make money? Ma Xiaofeng nodded heavily, older sister Ping, let's hurry up and learn. The sooner we set up the stall, the sooner we can earn money. Okay. Zhao Ping smiled and responded. Then, she took Ma Xiaofeng's hand and the two of them walked towards old Zhao's house. Zhao Ping and Liang Jinxiao had discussed this before. They wanted Liang Jinxiao and Ma Xiaofeng to make breakfast. Liang Jinxiao felt that it was nothing and agreed. Chapter 1179. However, what Liang Jinxiao didn't know was that Zhao Yun had added a special ingredient to the stuffing that she made, which was the powder made from ground mushrooms. After adding this ingredient, the stuffing became much more delicious and was different from the usual stuffing. Following Liang Jinxiao, Zhao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng learned very seriously. They were afraid that they would miss out on something and the breakfast that they made would not be as delicious as Zhao Yun's. By the time Liang Jinxiao finished teaching, it was already getting late. Zhao Ping hurried back to the family qin. She would probably have to help cook dinner when she got back. Zhao Ping felt depressed when she thought about it. However, it was fine. She would suffer for the next few days. When she came back with a lot of money, the family qin people's attitude would definitely change. With that thought, Zhao Ping was elated. She hurried back to the family qin village. She couldn't wait to tell the family qin people about her plan and convince them. Then, she would go to Yang City to set up her stall. Liang Jinxiao was worried that Zhao Ping would go back and the family qin people would criticize her because she didn't get a tael of silver. Therefore, he asked Zhao Ping to bring half a caddy of meat back. This way, Zhao Ping might not be scolded so much. He would also cook some meat for dinner so that Zhao Ping and Qin Yuan could nourish their bodies. When she returned to the family qin village, Mu Chunfang saw Zhao Ping coming back. He quickly went over and asked Zhao Ping how was it? Did you get the money back? Seeing Mu Chunfang's anxious look, Zhao Ping felt a little uncomfortable. Mother, no, my mother said that she didn't have any money, so she didn't give it to me. Zhao Ping replied. She then raised the meat in her hand and said to Mu Chunfang, but my mother asked me to bring back half a caddy of meat for big brother Yuan to nourish his body. Mu Chunfang glanced at the half caddy of meat in Zhao Ping's hand and snorted. With a displeased expression, he said, I told you to ask for 1 tael of silver, but you sent it back for half a caddy of meat. I say, why is this last so useless? You can't even get any money. Zhao Ping pursed her lips. She was not very happy. Mother. It's not that my mother didn't want to give it to you, but she didn't have much money on hand. My mother said that after their breakfast stall was destroyed, I'm afraid that they won't be able to set up a stall to sell breakfast. Zhao Ping said and explained to Mu Chunfang patiently. When Mu Chunfang heard this, his heart thumped. He opened his mouth and said to Zhao Ping, the breakfast stall was destroyed? Yes. Zhao Ping nodded. Mu Chunfang's face turned pale for a moment. He patted his thigh and cried, then what should we do? Sigh. Mu Chunfang's reaction made it seem as if the breakfast stall belonged to his family. His heart ached terribly. When Zhao Ping saw Mu Chunfang's reaction, the corner of her mouth twitched. She asked Mu Chunfang, Mother, what's wrong with this? Sigh, you lass. If your family's breakfast stall was destroyed, wouldn't you have no money in the future? Then what are you going to do? When that happens, your maternal family won't have any money to supplement you. The more Mu Chunfang thought about it, the more frustrated he felt. He kept muttering in his heart, it's over, it's over. If the third branch could not earn money, then they would definitely not be able to give it to Zhao Ping. He was still hoping that Zhao Ping could earn more money from her maternal family to supplement their family. Now, it seemed like it was impossible. Chapter 1180. Mu Chunfang felt stifled and looked at Zhao Ping with disdain. How unlucky. If Zhao Yun's breakfast stall had been smashed earlier, she wouldn't have allowed Zhao Ping to marry into the family. It was too late to say all these now. Mu Chunfang glared at Zhao Ping fiercely and almost chased Zhao Ping out of the door. Zhao Ping felt a little strange and said to Mu Chunfang, "Mother, if my family doesn't get any subsidies, then so be it. We can earn money." Mu Chunfang looked at Zhao Ping in confusion and said, "Earn money? I say, Ping you're not dreaming, are you? How can money be earned so easily?" Zhao Ping smiled and said, "Mother, I don't know why you're so sad when you heard that my mother's breakfast stall had been smashed. Actually, this is a good thing. That breakfast stall was set up by my younger sister and most of the money was taken away by my younger sister. Now that it has been smashed, she must have offended someone. She can't set it up now, but we can set it up. When the time comes, we can rent a stall and sell breakfast like my younger sister. We'll definitely earn money. Mother, I've already asked my mother to teach me how to make breakfast. The taste will be the same as theirs. If their business can be good, why can't ours be good too?" After Zhao Ping finished speaking, Mu Chunfang's eyes turned and felt that Zhao Ping's words made some sense. "Ping, girl, is what you said true?" Mu Chunfang quickly asked. "Of course it's true. Mother, if we set up a stall, we'll definitely earn a lot of money. When the time comes, our family Qin will have a good life," Zhao Ping said proudly. Mu Chunfang thought about the time when he went to Yang City and saw the business of Zhao Yun's breakfast stall. It could be said that Zhao Yun's breakfast stall's business was very good. In a day, they would earn at least 1 tael of silver. If their family's business was the same as that stall, no, even half of it would be very profitable. Their family Qin was now living in poverty and desperately wanted to get rich and improve their lives. So to them, this was indeed an opportunity. Zhao Ping saw Mu Chunfang's thoughtful expression and seemed to be moved, so she quickly continued, "Mother, when the time comes, we'll be able to set up our stall and make money, we can eat meat every day. And we can even build a big house and not be squeezed in the small room like we are now. When we become a rich family in the village, I'm sure everyone will come to curry favor with us." After Zhao Ping finished speaking, Mu Chunfang was really moved and said to Zhao Ping, "All right, Ping, girl, let's set up a breakfast stall too." "But mother." "What's wrong, Ping, girl?" "Mother, setting up a breakfast stall requires capital. When the time comes, we'll need money to rent a stall. But I don't have it with me. Can you take out my dowry?" When it came to Zhao Ping's dowry, Mu Chunfang frowned, obviously not very willing. "What? Take out your dowry?" "Yes, mother, if we want to make money, we have to invest capital. Without capital, how can we make money?" Zhao Ping continued to persuade Mu Chunfang, afraid that Mu Chunfang would disagree. Chapter 1181. Zhao Ping said to Mu Chunfang a little anxiously, "Mother, we only have this one chance. We can't think too much. Don't worry, I think we can definitely earn money." "Aya, are you planning for the future? If family Qin throws in your dowry as well, you really won't be able to survive in the future." Mu Chunfang mumbled. "Mother," Zhao Ping was so anxious that she almost stomped her feet. She thought to herself, seriously, Mu Chunfang wants to get rich, but is unwilling to invest in capital. How can there be such a good thing in this world? Mu Chunfang and Zhao Ping's movements attracted Qin Yuan's attention. Qin Yuan shouted outside the house, "Mother, Zhao Ping, what are you two shouting about outside?" Zhao Ping's eyes turned, and she hurriedly said to Mu Chunfang, "Mother, why don't we go and talk to Big Brother Yuan and see what he has to say?" Mu Chunfang nodded in agreement. Her son was smart and had many ideas. It would be good to listen to Qin Yuan's opinion. The two of them went into the house together, and Zhao Ping excitedly explained her idea. Qin Yuan's eyes lit up when he heard it. Once he thought of a good way to earn money, he could not control his excitement. These few days, it was precisely because of this matter that he was depressed to death. He did not know what method he could use to make himself successful and not let others look down on him. Now that he heard Zhao Ping's words, he felt that this was a good opportunity that the heavens had bestowed upon him. Thus, he hurriedly said to Mu Chunfang, "Mother, just take out Zhao Ping's dowry and let him set up this stall. We should be able to earn money." Mu Chunfang confirmed, "Yuan, is that really the case? You have to think carefully. If we lose Ping's dowry, our future will be even more difficult." Qin Yuan had a win-or-die mentality. No matter what, he had to give it a try. What if he succeeded? If Zhao Ping's stall could be as good as Zhao Yun's, or even half as good, then it would be a good opportunity for him to make a fortune. If he did not try this method, he was afraid that there would be no other better method. Mu Chunfang sighed, "All right then. Yuan, since you say so, mother will definitely not have any objections. Then take out Ping's dowry." "Yes, yes." Qin Yuan nodded his head vigorously. Originally, Qin Yuan was lying in bed half dead. Now that he saw hope in life, even his pair of eyes became much clearer. Previously, when he saw Zhao Ping, he hated her very much. Now that he saw Zhao Ping, he felt that Zhao Ping, was much more pleasing to the eye. Zhao Ping, do it well. If you do well, you won't be short of benefits in the future. Qin Yuan nagged. Yes, yes. Don't worry, big brother Yuan. I know. It's good that you know. Qin Yuan snorted lightly. Oh right, big brother Yuan, I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing it together with Ma Xiaofeng. You know that my skills are not good at all. Xiaofeng's skills are good, so I'll be providing the capital, and she'll be providing the skills. When the time comes, we'll have to split the profits with her. Zhao Ping, still explained the matter clearly to Qin Yuan. When Qin Yuan heard this, he frowned and was somewhat displeased. Zhao Ping, you idiot. What you mean is that we'll be providing the capital, and the others won't be providing a single cent, and we'll split the profits with her. Chapter 1182. No, then tell me. What is it then? Qin Yuan asked. Zhao Ping, felt conflicted. She knew that she probably wouldn't be able to convince Qin Yuan. Instead, it was Qin Yuan who said that she was stupid. Actually, if it wasn't for Ma Xiaofeng, she probably wouldn't have been able to run that breakfast stall alone. After all, Ma Xiaofeng had the skills to cook, but she didn't. If this breakfast stall was set up, it would be equivalent to her forking out the money, and Ma Xiaofeng putting in the effort. They would work together and earn money together. No one would say who would benefit from it. However, Qin Yuan probably wouldn't think so and wouldn't be willing to share the money he earned with others. If she were to say the reason, Qin Yuan would probably scold her for being useless. Since that was the case, she might as well not say it. No, big brother Yuan, little Feng will also fork out money. The two of us will fork out money together. It's just that little Feng definitely won't fork out as much as us. She'll probably only fork out 40%. But her skills are good. Without her, we probably won't be able to make such delicious food. The business will also be affected. So, when we earn money, we'll split it equally with her. Zhao Ping said. Luckily, her parents agreed to lend her money previously. Otherwise, she would be done for. When she got her parents' money, she would say that Ma Xiaofeng forked out the money. Then, when she earned money, she would naturally be able to split it with Ma Xiaofeng. After hearing Zhao Ping's words, Qin Yuan's expression softened a lot. That's a good idea. Yes, yes. Big brother Yuan, let's settle it like this. We'll take care of the stall later. Zhao Ping said excitedly. Qin Yuan nodded and replied, Zhao Ping, you're finally useful. She didn't know whether Qin Yuan's words were a compliment or an insult. However, Zhao Ping was still very happy. Hee, big brother Yuan, don't worry. We'll get better and better in the future. Qin Yuan responded faintly. Seeing that Qin Yuan didn't seem to want to bother with her, Zhao Ping tactfully said to Qin Yuan, "Big brother Yuan, you rest well first. I'll go out and cook with mother. I brought back half a caddy of meat tonight to nourish your body." Qin Yuan responded indifferently again. Glancing at Zhao Pinger's face that was so ugly that it could not be seen, he felt a trace of sorrow in his heart. At this moment, she felt that Zhao Ping was not as annoying as she had thought before. If this time, Zhao Ping could really help him earn money and make their family Qin rich, it would be fine to keep Zhao Ping Let Zhao Ping be his concubine, or let Zhao Ping be with his brother, Qin Chuan. It wouldn't be necessary to chase Zhao Ping away. Zhao Ping left the house eagerly and helped Mu Chunfang with his chores. Zhao Ping endured Mu Chunfang's scolding and berating. Her attitude towards Mu Chunfang was very respectful. On the other side, Zhao Yun was also busy sorting the tea leaves. She packed the tea leaves into ceramic jars and put them away properly. She looked at the exquisite ceramic jars and leaned closer to take a sniff. A refreshing fragrance wafted into her nostrils. "It smells good." Zhao Yun took a deep breath. She put the ceramic jars away properly. When someone came to buy them later, she could sell them. Zhao Yun ran to the barren hills in the village to take a look. The hills were filled with weeds and were relatively barren. Basically, people wouldn't want this kind of land to grow crops. Chapter 1183. Only Li Jing agreed, saying that if he sold the barren mountain to her, she could only use it if she bought it back. When Zhao Yun thought of this, she did not delay and went straight to Li Zheng. She explained the situation and said that she planned to buy the barren mountain. Li Zheng was a little curious. Why would Zhao Yun take a fancy to a barren mountain out of the blue? After all, in the eyes of ordinary people, this mountain was useless. "Yun, alas, are you sure you want to buy it?" Li Zheng asked with uncertainty. Zhao Yun nodded heavily. "Uncle Li Zheng, I'm sure I want to buy it. I wonder if I can buy it." Li Zheng chuckled, "Of course you can buy it. This mountain is deserted, so it's still deserted. Why don't you take it back, Yun, lass? It can still be of some use." "That's fine. Uncle Li Zheng, how much do you want for this barren mountain?" "I'll pay you," Zhao Yun said. "If you really want this barren mountain, the village can give it to you if we can't fork out the money." Zhao Yun frowned slightly. "Uncle Li Zheng, there's still 5 taels of silver. Isn't that a little expensive?" "Ha, Yun, alas, it's not expensive. 1 mu of barren land costs 1 tael of silver. Looking at the mountain, it's more than 5 mu. I've already given you a lot of money. Girl, you can't bargain with me," Li Zheng said with a serious face. But in the seriousness, there was a hint of a smile in his eyes. Zhao Yun smiled and said, "All right then, Uncle Li Zheng. 5 taels of silver it is. All right. Yun, lass, pay the money. I'll go to Yang City tomorrow to settle the procedures for you." "All right, thank you, Uncle Li Zheng." Zhao Yun thanked him. "Uncle Li Zheng, I don't have money with me now. I'll send it over tonight. Let's go back and cook first," Zhao Yun called out. At this moment, she just wanted to get busy quickly so that she could cultivate the barren mountain and plant tea leaves. When the time came, she could directly pick tea leaves on the barren mountain. It was much more convenient than going up the mountain to pick tea leaves. When she earned money, she could cultivate more land and plant tea leaves. This way, she could take care of her lover and wait to earn money. Li Zheng nodded with a smile and replied, "It's fine, Yun, lass. There's no rush. You should get busy with your matters first. It's okay to send it over earlier. Uncle Li Zheng, I'll go back first." "Okay, Yun, lass." After Li Zheng's eyes Li Zheng at this time, Mulan's sister-in-law, Madame Qi, was quarreling with other village women. When she was about to come to Li Zheng to judge, she saw Zhao Yun, coming over and buying wasteland from Li Zheng's hands. She suddenly became curious. This Zhao Yun heir. What is she trying to do? Was she stupid? Who didn't know that it was impossible to grow food on barren land? If she bought it with 5 taels of silver, she would definitely suffer a loss. Li Zheng's eyes turned. She felt that it shouldn't be so simple. This Zhao Yun, was more shrewd than anyone else. She probably bought this barren land for a big purpose in order to earn a lot of money. She thought about how her second sister-in-law and Zhao Yun had been running into the mountains every day for the past 2 days. She didn't know what they were trying to get back. Now that she thought about it, Zhao Yun, probably bought the barren mountain because she didn't want to go through the trouble of running into the mountains every day. It would be much more convenient to plant that thing on the barren mountain. Chapter 1184. Madame Qi was thinking that if Zhao Yun, was so eager to buy the barren mountain, since this thing was very important to her, then she would buy it in advance. Zhao Yun would naturally not be able to buy it. If Zhao Yun wanted to get it, then she could only buy it from her. At that time, she could raise the price. She could ask Zhao Yun, for 10, 15, or even 20 taels of silver for something that could be bought with 5 taels of silver. Anyway, as long as Zhao Yun, wanted it, no matter how high the price was, it could only be obtained from her. In this way, she could double the amount of money she earned. Zhao Yun, that little b*tch, was very rich. It would be even better if she could make a good meal out of her. Thus, Madame Qi made up her mind to buy the barren mountain back first. After eagerly entering Li Zheng's house, Li Zheng raised his eyebrows and asked, "Family Zhu's eldest daughter-in-law, why have you come to my house?" Li Zheng usually saw Madame Qi come over because of trivial matters with the women in the village, so it was the same for this time. Li Zheng was most annoyed with the quarrels between the women in the village and the fact that he had to be the judge of such trivial matters. It was very uncomfortable for him, a grown man, to be sandwiched in the middle. However, what surprised Li Zheng this time was that Madame Qi did not come because of this matter. Madame Qi's heart was now thinking about the matter of money. How could she be in the mood to bicker with other women? "Lord Li Zheng, I'm here to buy the barren mountain from you," Madame Qi said with a smile. Li Zheng was slightly stunned and looked at Madame Qi with uncertainty. "What, by the barren mountain?" "Yes, Lord Li Zheng, it's the barren mountain in our village," Madame Qi explained. Li Zheng was slightly stunned and was a little curious. Why did Madame Qi run to him to talk about this matter when Zhao Yun, just came over to talk to him about it? Could it be that this barren mountain had some special function? Everyone in the village knew about it, but he was the only one who did not know. Seeing that Lord Li Zheng was stunned, Zhao Yun, said, "What's wrong, Lord Li Zheng, can't I buy it?" Li Zheng frowned and said to Madame Qi, "It's not that I can't sell it, but Yun, already told me that she also wants to buy this barren mountain." Madame Qi said with a smile, "Lord Li Zheng, she said so. Isn't this barren mountain still in your hands? Has she applied for the land deed?" Li Zheng shook his head and said, "I don't have that. As for the deed, it can only be done tomorrow." Madame Qi chuckled as she continued, "Isn't that enough? Her name hasn't been written on the title deed, so it's not hers." Li Zheng frowned and said to Madame Qi, "But family Zhu's eldest daughter-in-law, Yun, already came over to tell me that she wants to buy it. Although the land deed is not in her name now, buying things should be done on a first-come first-served basis. Yun came over before you, so you said it first. If I want to sell it, I naturally have to sell it to her first." A glint flashed across Madame Qi's eyes. After 2 rounds, she continued to speak to Lord Li Zheng, "Lord Li Zheng, you can't say it like that. The so-called first-come first-serve can't be said with words. I think whoever wants to buy this barren mountain should be the one who brings the money to you first. Otherwise, how can it be called a business transaction? Lord Li Zheng, she said she wants to buy it. Has she paid?" Chapter 1185. This. "I don't have it either, Madame Qi had a look of understanding and said to Li Zheng, Lord Li Zheng, if that's the case, then it's fine. You can't be partial to Zhao Yun, She said that she wants to buy the barren mountain. Now that she hasn't even given you the money, it doesn't count. Wait here, I'll go back and get you the money now. After you pay the money, you have to sell the barren mountain to me. Li Zheng's face was conflicted. He was indeed partial to Zhao Yun, but Madame Qi's words didn't make sense. A transaction like this had to be paid before it counted. Zhao Yun's greeting didn't count as buying the barren mountain. Alright, Lord Li Zheng, don't say any more. Just wait for me at home. I'll bring the money to you soon. With that, Madame Qi came out of Li Zheng's room and ran in the direction of her house. Family Zhu's money was in her hands. Originally, Mrs. Zhu was in charge of the money, but now, she was in charge of the money. Although Zhu Dainyu didn't treat her well now, the higher-ups still listened to her. Madame Qi was very satisfied with this. When family Zhu separated from the family, they didn't calculate the money on the surface. The first branch secretly saved up some money. Together with the original money, they had a total of 6 or 7 taels of silver. Therefore, 5 taels of silver was very easy for Madame Qi to take out. She didn't need to discuss this matter with Zhu Dainyu. She was afraid that Zhu Dainyu wouldn't agree and miss such a good opportunity to earn money. After she earned the money from Zhao Yun, Zhu Dainyu wouldn't be able to say anything about her. Instead, he would praise her for earning more money. Thinking of this, Madame Qi felt very happy. If she could transfer 5 or 10 taels of silver to Zhao Yun, it wasn't a small sum of money. She could buy more delicious food back home to eat secretly, buy more clothes, and buy some rouge, face powder, or jewelry. Looking at what she was wearing now, it was really too tattered and too shabby. She couldn't dress up properly. She was not very good looking to begin with. Now that she was old and did not dress up, she naturally looked like a haggard old woman. How could she compare to a young and beautiful girl like Mu Hin? That was why Zhu Dainyu's heart was hooked by Mu Hin. He did not even look at her. Once she earned enough money and dressed herself up properly, she would be able to become prettier. Perhaps Zhu Dainyu would change his mind and treat her as well as before. Madame Qi returned home happily. She took out the money from the bottom of her box and quickly counted 5 taels of silver. Then, she ran to Li Zheng's house, afraid that she could not catch up with Zhao Yun, When they arrived at Li Zheng's house, Madame Qi paid the money and happily said to Li Zheng, Lord Li Zheng, I've sent the money over to you. You can't be biased. This barren mountain is mine. You have to get the deed done for me tomorrow. Madame Qi's money was forcefully stuffed into Li Zheng's hands. Li Zheng looked at the 5 taels of silver in his hands. He was full of helplessness and did not know what to say. Since Madame Qi sent the money over in advance before Zhao Yun, he couldn't directly say that the barren mountain was not sold to her, but to Zhao Yun, If this matter was spread out, people would probably say that he was unfair. Moreover, with Madame Qi's personality, she would definitely make a scene. Although Li Zheng's heart was biased towards Zhao Yun, in order to avoid unnecessary trouble in the future, Lord Li Zheng felt that it was better to forget it. Chapter 1186. The only thing Li Zheng was worried about was how Zhao Yun would react when she heard the news. He was still vaguely worried. What if Zhao Yun also came out to cause trouble? Zhao Yun relied on the heir presumptive. He was stuck in the middle and felt really uncomfortable. Forget it, forget it. He didn't want to think about it anymore. The more he thought about it, the more annoyed he felt. Li Zheng said to Madame Qi, all right then. Family Zhu's eldest daughter-in-law, I'll get the title deed done for you tomorrow. This barren mountain is yours. Madame Qi agreed happily. She just waited for Zhao Yun, to hear the news and come over to buy it from her. Then, she would blackmail Zhao Yun, All right, Lord Li Zheng. I'll go back first then. Go back, go back. Li Zheng waved at Madame Qi impatiently and helplessly. After Zhao Yun went back, she first went to Liang Jinxiao's place. She made do with Liang Jinxiao for dinner at night so that she wouldn't have to cook alone, which would be more troublesome. When she went to old Zhao's house, she saw that the second branch was also happy. Zhao Yun asked Liang Jinxiao, "Mother, what happened to second uncle and second aunt's family? Why do they all look so happy?" Liang Jinxiao smiled and said, "They're so happy. Of course it's something good." In the afternoon, young Master Zheng sent someone over to deliver something. He said that he wanted to marry Jing, so the marriage was set. After listening to Liang Jinxiao's explanation, Zhao Yun finally understood. So that's what happened. During this period of time, because of this matter, the people of the second branch were worried sick. Now that young Master Zheng finally came over, the second branch didn't need to discuss it and immediately agreed. She was afraid that if she hesitated, the person that young Master Zheng liked would leave. At that time, such a good marriage would be enough. She couldn't find a better one. However, Zhao Yun knew very well that the marriage had been delayed for so long. Young Master Zheng must have asked the matchmaker to find a girl from another family. However, he couldn't find a girl more suitable than Zhao Yun, so he looked for her again. If it were Zhao Yun or someone with some backbone, they would definitely refuse. This young Master Zheng obviously did not put them in his eyes. Who would be willing to be a spare tire? However, old Zhao's family was greedy for young Master Zheng's money, and Zhao Jing'er wanted to marry into a rich family. She didn't want to live a hard life, so she didn't object. Zhao Yun could only shake her head and sigh in her heart as if she had gotten a treasure and taken advantage of it. However, this was someone else's business. It had nothing to do with her, so she wouldn't interfere. As long as she was happy, it was fine. By the way, Yun'er, your second cousin's wedding is coming soon, Liang Jinxiao said with a smile. Zhao Yun'er's eyes lit up with surprise. Really, mother? Liang Jinxiao nodded with a smile. Of course it's true. Why would I lie to you about this? Is it that girl called Jinju? Zhao Yun'er continued to ask with some anticipation. Liang Jinxiao continued to nod. Yes, it's that girl. That's great. Second cousin happens to like her. That girl is not bad either. It's good that they get together. Zhao Yun'er was happy in her heart. Her second cousin was a good person, so Zhao Yun'er hoped from the bottom of her heart that Zhao Tianhu could find a good marriage with a good girl. Chapter 1187. In this way, old Zhao's family really had a lot of happy events to hold during this period of time. If it was Zhao Xinhui's wedding, Zhao Jing'er's wedding, and Zhao Tianhu's wedding, they would have to hold 3 weddings at once. It would be very busy. However, for such a happy event, the villagers preferred to be busy. The busier they were, the happier they would be. After all, when they held a wedding, they could still receive gifts. In general, it was just that they were busy, and they would not lose much money holding a banquet. Mother, did second cousin brother set a date with the bride's family for his wedding? How did they discuss it so quickly? Zhao Yun could not hold back her curiosity and continued to ask Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao was not impatient. Instead, he laughed and said, "Haha, it seems that the date has been set. It shouldn't be too far away. Maybe they think that our old Zhao's family conditions are good, and the girl is also satisfied, so they agreed to let her marry into our family." Zhao Yun nodded. Mother, what about second cousin brother's skills? He didn't ask for much, right? Zhao Yun saw that Zhou Damiai's attitude towards Jinju was very bad. She wondered if Zhou Damiai would rely on this daughter to extort a sum of money when Jinju got married. Liang Jinxiao said, "No, he only asked for 2 taels of silver. Most people in our village pay this price for a wife. It's not excessive." Zhao Yun listened. 2 taels of silver as a betrothal gift was indeed quite normal and not excessive. He became even more curious in his heart. In this case, this Zhou Damiai was not as bad as she appeared to be. She treated Jinju well. At least Jin Ju had found a good family to marry into when she married Zhao Tianhu. Moreover, she did not ask for much money. Compared with how Mulan's family treated Mu Hin, this was much better. Zhao Yun thought that maybe not everyone was so bad. Some people who seemed to be bad had a good side. At the end of the day, human nature was simply too mysterious. Under normal circumstances, it was impossible to figure it out. Zhao Yun'er smiled, "Mother, this is good. I estimate that second cousin brother's marriage is 80% successful. It seems that we have to congratulate him in advance." Liang Jinxiao followed behind Zhao Yun'er and smiled. "Yes, we have to congratulate your second cousin brother. Speaking of which, our old Zhao family has so many happy events recently." Liang Jinxiao's words fell into Zhao Baoshan's ears. Zhao Baoshan also looked very happy. He laughed and said to Liang Jinxiao, "Haha, our family indeed has a lot of happy events. There have been so many happy events recently. It must be related to the ancestors' blessing." Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao continued Zhao Baoshan's words, "Yes, father, it must have something to do with the blessing of our ancestors. Didn't we go up the mountain to build a tomb a while ago? After the tomb was built, good things happened one after another." Zhao Baoshan stroked his beard and nodded with a smile, "Yes, yes, yes. Third daughter-in-law, you're right. If you didn't mention it, I wouldn't have thought of it. Now that you mention it, I feel that it really has something to do with the ancestor's tomb. I guess the ancestor was happy and blessed our family. Sigh, if I had known this, I would have built the tomb earlier. Our family would have had happy events earlier." Liang Jinxiao replied, "Yes, father. But it's not too late now. The happy events have already happened. Our family's situation is not bad." Chapter 1188. Yes. Let's make a plan. We have to prepare more paper money when we visit the graves during the Qingming festival. When we have money, we have to burn more for our ancestors so that they can have a better life in the afterlife. Zhao Baoshan sighed again. Zhao Yun listened from the side and could not help but want to laugh. What her mother and Zhao Baoshan said was really mysterious. It was not strange at first, but after their interpretation, it seemed like a supernatural event. Seeing that Zhao Yun wanted to laugh, Liang Jinxiao poked Zhao Yun and said very seriously, "Yun, girl, don't laugh. Don't doubt it. Mother and your grandfather are telling the truth." Zhao Yun chuckled and agreed, "Yes, yes, yes. Mother, you're right. Mother will prepare some things later and burn them in front of our ancestors' graves so that our ancestors can bless you. It's best if you have a happy event this year." Liang Jinxiao nagged. Although there were many happy events in old Zhao's family this year, her family only had one. After marrying Zhao Ping, Liang Jinxiao was now thinking about Zhao Yun. Her family would only be complete when both of her daughters were married. As for Zhao Tianan and Zhao Tianfu, both of them were not that old, so there was no need to be anxious now. Zhao Yun's mouth twitched a few times, and she said to Liang Jinxiao, "Mother, there's no need, right?" "Yes, yes, there's definitely a need." Zhao Baoshan also said from the side, "Yun, girl, let your mother serve you. Who knows, your happy event might follow." Zhao Yun was a little helpless. "Okay then, mother, if you like to cause trouble, go ahead." "Okay, then mother will prepare some things in 2 days." Zhao Yun smiled embarrassedly, not knowing what to say. After dinner, Zhao Yun went back to get 5 taels of silver and prepared to send it to Li Zheng. However, when she arrived at Li Zheng's house, she was told by Li Zheng that the barren mountain had been sold. Zhao Yun looked at Li Zheng in confusion. "Uncle Li Zheng, what the hell is going on? I just came over to tell you. How long has it been? I just went home to get some money. How could it be bought by someone else?" Li Zheng smiled. Zhao Yun was still a little angry and felt that it was ridiculous. No one would feel comfortable if the matter that they had discussed was not told. Li Zheng helplessly looked at Zhao Yun, girl, what you said is indeed true. But when you came, the barren mountain wasn't sold yet. After you left, the barren mountain was sold. Zhao Yun's frown deepened. Uncle Li Zheng, why? Wasn't I the one who said it? You didn't agree. Li Zheng sighed and said, girl, don't be angry. Listen to me slowly. What's going on? I didn't want it to happen either, but I really had no choice. Zhao Yun tried hard to calm herself down and listen to what Li Zheng had to say. Li Zheng then explained the situation in detail. Zhao Yun could not help but want to curse. Madam Qi, this woman was too shameless. Although Li Zheng had his own helplessness, if this matter got out, it would be a sale without payment. Everyone would definitely think that it should be like this. However, Zhao Yun just did not feel comfortable. Chapter 1189. Li Zheng said to Zhao Yun apologetically. Zhao Yun knew that it was useless to make things difficult for Lord Li Zheng now. Madam Qi was obviously going against her. She purposely bought the mountain so that she could only buy it from her. At that time, Madam Qi would definitely offer a higher price, which would be more than 5 taels of silver. Zhao Yun was very clear about Madam Qi's scheme. Seeing that Zhao Yun did not speak, Li Zheng sighed again. Yun, if you really want to buy that barren mountain, you should quickly discuss it with family Zhu's eldest daughter-in-law and see if he can give it to you. Zhao Yun responded faintly. She walked out of Li Zheng's house and went straight to family Zhu. She wanted to ask Madam Qi if she had the same idea as Madam Qi. Family Zhu was busy cooking in the kitchen when it was dinner time. Madam Qi was very happy because she bought the barren mountain today. She lay in the room in a daze, thinking about how to spend the money she earned from Zhao Yun. She was so engrossed in her thoughts that she even forgot about the time to cook. Zhu Dainiu came back from working in the fields. He thought that he could eat at home, but when he came back, he found that the table at home was cold and there was no food at all. Unlike his second brother's house, there was a table set up outside with fragrant food on it. Smelling the aroma, Zhu Dainiu heard his stomach growl. He was a little hungry. At this time, Zhu Qiao ran out and pulled Zhu Dainiu's hand. Father, I'm hungry. Father, I want to eat so much. Zhu Dainiu touched Zhu Qiao's head and asked, where's your mother? Hasn't she cooked for you? Zhu Qiao shook her head. Father, she hasn't. Mother is lying in the room. She seems to have fallen asleep, so she hasn't cooked. When Zhu Dainiu heard this, his face immediately darkened. He frowned and was very displeased. His wife was really too lazy. He worked himself to death in the fields, but she didn't even bring the children and went to sleep in the room. Because of this, he didn't even have a hot meal when he came back. The children were also hungry. Zhu Dainiu walked into the room angrily. With a bang, he kicked the door open. Madam Qi, who was lying in bed in a daze, was shocked. She jumped out of bed. What's wrong? Madam Qi thought that something had happened at home. When he jumped up, he realized that the person he saw was Zhu Dainiu. Why did you kick the door open? What if he broke the door with a kick? Don't you know how to be gentle? Madam Qi nagged at Zhu Dainiu. Zhu Dainiu snorted. Why did you kick the door open? I came in to teach you a lesson, you lazy woman. Only then did Madam Qi realize that Zhu Dainiu's face was dark and he looked angry. Ah! Madam Qi was stunned. Then she asked nervously, Dinyo. What did I do wrong again? What did you do wrong? Can't you see what time it is? You didn't eat anything wrong. Do you want to starve your husband or your children? Zhu Dainiu questioned angrily. Madam Qi looked puzzled and asked meekly, is it time to eat? Chapter 1190. If she had known the time, she definitely wouldn't have slept for so long. Speaking of which, it was all because of this barren mountain. If she didn't have sweet dreams, she naturally wouldn't feel that time had passed so quickly. Zhu Daniu's face became even colder. Are you too idle at home every day? You don't even remember the time to cook. Do I have to bring you to work in the heaven and earth? Madam Qi replied weakly, Daniel, don't be angry. I just accidentally forgot. Besides, there's still mother at home. I don't have to cook dinner alone. Mother can cook too. Madam Qi now put the blame on Mrs. Zhu. She cursed in her heart. That old woman had been too lazy these days. She had been counting on her to do the work all day, but she didn't even reach out to help. Now, she was being scolded by Zhu Daniu. Zhu Daniu felt that Madam Qi was simply hopeless. This lazy woman. It must be because he treated her too well. Otherwise, she wouldn't be so lawless. You're really good at twisting words and forcing logic. You're lazy. Don't give me so many excuses. Look at second sister-in-law, she is so diligent. Every time, she cooks the food well and waits for second brother to come back. But you are lazy every 2 to 3 days. If you are like this again, if you don't change, I will divorce you. Madam Qi's heart tightened when she heard this. If she was divorced, it would be embarrassing when she returned to her maternal family. Women in ancient times were most afraid of being divorced by their husbands. They felt that it was a very shameful thing. Basically, women who were divorced by their husbands' families weren't welcomed back to their maternal families. Madam Qi thought that Zhu Daniu had already fallen in love with another woman. If this gave him an excuse, he would really divorce her. Then she didn't know what to do. Thus, she hurriedly said to Zhu Daniu, Xiao's father, don't be angry. I'll cook for you right now. With that, Madam Qi quickly got up from the bed and ran to the kitchen with a jolt of her buttocks. Not long after, smoke began to rise from the kitchen, and the sound of cooking could be heard. Zhu Daniu was still frowning, his face full of displeasure. The more he looked at the Qi family, the more he despised them. What a useless person. Not only was he not good-looking, but he was also lazy and didn't like to work all day. His house was filthy, not even half as clean as his second brother's house. In addition to this, his wife also liked to stir up trouble in the village and quarrel with other women. Because of this, many men complained in front of him and asked him to teach Madam Qi a lesson. Previously, he still had some leeway in his heart, but now, he felt that he really shouldn't be soft-hearted. He should teach the Qi family a lesson so that they would know the immensity of heaven and earth. While Madam Qi was cooking, Zhu Daniu waited in the courtyard with Zhu Qiao. Even if they were hungry now, there was nothing they could do. They could only wait for Madam Qi to finish cooking before they could eat. Because Zhu Qiao was too hungry, she pulled Zhu Daniu's hand and said coquettishly, Father, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry that my stomach hurts. Qiao wants to eat. Second aunt's food smells so good. As Zhu Qiao spoke, she rubbed her little belly. Zhu Daniu frowned, feeling a trace of heartache. After all, she was his biological daughter. As a father, how could he bear to see his child starve?